Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
If I had $1 million,
if I had $1 million,
well, I'd buy you a house.
I would buy you a house.
And if I had $1 million,
if I had $1 million,
buy you furniture for your house.
Maybe a nice Chesterfield or an ottoman.
And if I had $1 million,
if I had $1 million,
well, I'd buy you a K car,
a nice Reliant automobile.
and if I had $1 million, I'd buy your love. If I had $1 million,
I'd build a tree fort in our yard.
if I had $1 million,
You could help, it wouldn't be that hard.
if I had $1 million,
Maybe we can put like a little tiny fridge in there somewhere.
we could just go up there and hang out.
Like open the fridge and stuff, and there will always be foods laid out for us, with little pre-wrapped sausages and things. They have pre-wrapped sausages, but they don't have pre-wrapped bacon.
Well, can you blame them?
Oh yeah.
If I had $1 million,
If I had $1 million,
well, I'd buy you a fur coat.
but not a real fur coat, that's cruel.
And if I had $1 million,
If I had $1 million,
well, I'd buy you an exotic pet.
yep, like a llama or an emu.
And if I had $1 million,
If I had $1 million,
well, I'd buy you John Merrick's remains.
ooh, all them crazy elephant bones.
And if I had $1 million, I'd buy your love. If I had $1 million,
We wouldn't have to walk to the store.
if I had $1 million,
Now we'd take a limousine 'cause it costs
if
more.
I had $1 million,
We wouldn't have to eat Kraft dinner.
but we would eat Kraft dinner
Of course we would. We just eat more.
and buy really expensive ketchups with it.
That's right. All the fanciest Dijon ketchup.
If I had $1 million,
If I had $1 million,
well, I'd buy you a green dress.
but not a real green dress, that's cruel.
And if I had $1 million,
If I had $1 million,
well, I'd buy you some art.
a Picasso or a Garfunkel.
If I had $1 million,
If I had $1 million,
well, I'd buy you a monkey.
haven't you always wanted a monkey?
If I had $1 million, I'd buy your love. If I had $1 million,
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 if I had $1 million, I'd be rich.
Katya's on the line, Hannah's on the line, two girls opening the show. This is a first for...
Hip, hip, hip.
Sorry? I'm licking my finger and rubbing my groin just because I had something on my trouser. I'm not wearing jeans. I've not been wearing jeans this week for the first time in years. And boy, oh boy, I'm wearing trouser, obviously. Boy, oh boy, it's freeing not wearing jean.
Are you commando?
No? I've got my pants on.
Right.
You continentalist pervert. But the reason I'm not wearing jean is manifold. Manifold. Manny from the Stone Roses. Manic Street Preachers.
Am I on as well?
Sorry?
Oh, I am on as well.
No.
Sorry.
No, you're not.
I am.
You're not.
I didn't know if I was or not.
You're not.
Is that Heather?
Sorry?
Hello?
You're not on either.
Oh.
Hello.
No,
Hello.
neither of you are on air at the moment.
Okay.
So, one pair of jean, my Levi jean, too tight now, I'm fatty. That's funny, isn't it? That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. This is women's lib, you see. It's women's liberation has allowed you to laugh at fatty man, hasn't it? You see? That's why Emmeline Pankhurst chucked herself under a horse, is it? So that you could laugh at a fat man?
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, neither of you are on air at the moment. Okay. So, I'm wearing, some blue trousers, but they've got, and I'm gonna say it, I got these in, this is the first purchase I ever made from, is it TK Maxx where you get, like, clothes that are cheap?
Kind of cheap.
Kind of cheap. And my first purchase at TK Maxx, they have sort of, right, they're trouser, they're not tracksuit or anything, or jogging bottoms. They have sort of an elasticated waist. Sort of. There is an element of elastication across...
ladies, Iain, that's for old people.
I'm going to show the periscopers the elastication of the waist. Here we go.
I can see a periscope.
It's not massive elastication. Let me put it up a bit. I don't want it's not massive elastication. It's just a little bit stretchier than the jean's got no give.
Oh, bless you.
It's got giving.
Oh, that's very Iain.
It's got giving, you see. So I'm wearing these, and they're very comfortable, and I forgot I had these trousers. Turns out I got loads of trousers that I've forgotten about. And, I ordered some jean from Gap online. You know, here's the thing, guys, right? I like Gap. All of my clothes are from Gap. Apart from these trousers, right? Can I let you into a secret, ladies?
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
You never have to pay full price at Gap.
You don't do what?
No, you don't do crap, did you say?
No, you don't do what?
You don't do crap, did you say?
I didn't say that. I articulated. You don't do
I'll articulate
what?
you in a sec. What? You don't ever have to pay full price at Gap.
Really?
Yeah, really. Because you can do this online, or if you go in there, right, do it online. You type in your email address, right? Every flipping day they email you with 30% off, 40% off. You've got a mystery amount off. What is it? I bet it's 40%. Oh yeah, I'm right. Every day I get emails. 30% off, 40% off. And sometimes it'll be like summer fashions, but then like at least once a week I get an email saying 40% off everything. If you type in this code. Sometimes it's online, sometimes you have to go into the shop and show them your phone. Either way, you never have to pay full price for Gap.
That's a bargain.
You're not on the air.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not. If I say you're not, if I say you're snot, you're snot.
But I can hear you.
So, well, that's because you're on the phone.
I don't like clothes. I don't like buying stuff.
What do you like doing then, Katia? Stealing it? Is that what you get up to?
No, but I wear stuff that I bought 20 years ago, so I don't need to buy stuff until,
Well, I don't really buy stuff. I mean, I'm fully stocked on checked shirts. I like the check. Listen, if you find something that works for you, stick with it. Stick with it. And a checked shirt works for me.
So what do you do with those 30% off then?
What do you mean? Huh?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do I do with the 30% off?
Well, you sound like you're a little bit addicted to that.
No.
What is it, Gap?
No, I'm not addicted. Most of the time, most mornings, they come in about 5:46 in the morning. I look at it and I delete it. But then what I do occasionally is I go to my deleted and go, oh yeah, I could do with a pair of jean or shirt. And I use the code to get cheap things. All I'm saying is you never need to pay full price at Gap. Iain has tweeted me a question that makes no sense to me, right? He says, Iain, I know you don't like football, but if you were a footballer, what colour boots would you wear? Well, black, of course. It's the only colour you can get, isn't it?
I'm not...
Black football boots. I I tried to prank call my friend Scott today during the England game, because I was in Cafe Nero, looking at venues for a record launch I'm doing, right? And, the football's on, so it reminded me the football's on. And so I thought, I'm going to phone up Scott, right? And pretend I'm a customer, because he runs a T-shirt shop in Uxbridge. Pretend I'm a customer, and I'm going to talk to him while the football's on. That'll really annoy him, right? So I phoned up, and I got a really good voice. It's a really good voice I just made up today, and it is it's sort of like a slightly moody Scotchman. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I'm going to just here comes a cup of tea from
Heather.
From Heather.
Heather, are you still there?
Who's Heather?
I'm Hannah.
Oh, Hannah! Oh, you're Hannah!
What?
Yeah.
Who's Heather? Maybe that's uncomfortable. I told you weren't on the air, Heather. Right. Can you change it on her screen so it says Heather from now on? She was Anna, now she's Heather.
Hello, Hannah.
Hello, Hannah. How do you do today? It's Heather. Hang on, let's just go to Heather on line 2. Evening, Heather.
Hello, Ian.
Thank you, Anna. Now, so here it is. Hang on, I'll speak to Scott, please. Can I speak to Scott Balcony, please? I did it like that. So, you pretend to be the balcony shirts, Katya?
Right, mate. Yeah. Hello?
Oh, you've been there. Hello, can I speak to Scott Balcony, please? I've got a very big order I'd like to make while the football's on.
Well, I'm really busy right now, so...
No, it's a very big order. Could be many thousands of pounds. So
yeah, we only deal with 50,000...
Well, you've not been there. It's a pokey little shop in a porter cabin in Uxbridge. Anyway, it turns out, Katya, my phone call was wasted because he wasn't there.
Where was he?
Oh, I don't know. And that makes me suspicious.
Bunking off.
He was doing what?
Bunking off.
Why do we call it bunking off? Where does that come from? I don't like doing phone-ins of where do words and phrases come from. I think they're late. 0844 499 1000. By the way, if you want to call in. But where does bunking off come from? Let's bunk off.
We should ask James O'Brien.
Oh, for goodness sake, can we stop turning this into like Big Brother's Little Brother, where Big Brother is the James O'Brien show, and then Big Brother's Little Brother, or Big Brother's bit on the side, is this show, where all we do is we deconstruct the James O'Brien show. Can we stop doing that, please?
Yeah, but he jumped the shark, you see? I'm a big fan of him.
Stop talking about him.
But the mystery
if you love him so much,
he's all wrong.
Send him pictures of you in the buff, buffing guns.
No, but he went wrong with the mystery hour. If you Google, let's just say you're going to Google mystery hour.
What did you call him for, Heather?
Just to beat Caddick. I think I have.
Yeah, you've beaten Caddick. Can I ask, while you're on the line, any chance you'd want to play with Caddick's Willie?
Let me think. No.
Okay, well, we will, no one on the other side of the glass is paying attention to me. We're going to go to a break in a second, guys. So, yeah, thank you. Well, Heather, you've beaten him. Katya, did we get to your point?
Why do we talk about Willie?
0844 499 1000 is the telephone number. That was a sigh of a weary man there, Alan.
Hip, hip, hip.
Oi, caller number 3.
But first bloke to call in.
And even that's debatable.
Well, beaten by 2 women. I'm never going to live it down.
Oh, no, hey, you'd love to get beaten by 2 women. I tell you what, it's a great night out.
Not when it comes to be first call of the night.
It seems, Alan, that you're slipping further and further down the greasy pole of calldom. Second yesterday. Last week first. Yesterday second. Today a pathetic third.
Maybe tomorrow I ought to try to be the last call of the
night. That's a fun game we can play. Yeah, 0844 499 1000, by the way. We call you back.
Anyway, to business.
To business. Ah, yes, to business. What have you got for us?
Did you see the England game today?
Did I see the England game?
Yeah.
What were they playing?
We beat Wales in the football.
Well, and you're telling me this for why?
Because I know one of the goal scorers.
What do you mean you know them?
I went to the same school as him.
Look how differently your lives have turned out. One's a multi-millionaire having sex with beautiful women around the world. The other one is Alan Caddick.
It was Daniel Sturridge I knew.
I don't know who that is.
He scored England's second goal.
Okie dokie. Well, that's great news for him. What was it, when you say you went to school with him, were you in the same class as him?
Yep.
Thick lad, was he?
He was good at football when he was in secondary school.
Right. Well, you would have hoped so by that stage. Was he a bit thick?
No, he wasn't. He was called up England schoolboys.
So, did you play with him?
Only on the football pitch, and he was a good tackler.
He was a good tackler, yes. You would expect that from a I've literally run out of professional football questions.
Well, he gives a good header too.
He gives a good what?
The header.
He gives a good header. Wow.
From a 6-yard box. And it makes you feel glad to be gay. Which brings me back to me other news about the sad death of a Labour MP.
Well, let's hang on a second. Have you got this footballer's phone number?
No, I haven't.
Okay, that's a shame, because if you had his phone number, you could phone him up.
He's in France at the moment.
Yeah, but he probably got roaming. I'd imagine he can afford to, use data roaming and stuff. He probably doesn't even need a different SIM. He probably doesn't even turn off his data roaming when he goes abroad. He leaves it on and thinks, I don't care. I'm earning, £80,000 a week. I can afford data roaming. And as we know, because of Europe, thanks to David Cameron, because of Europe data roaming, a phone call from Spain for 10 minutes would only cost £4.
But that could be all changed next week.
It could all change next week. The data roaming. So what's going to happen after if we come out of the EU? Well, data roaming will change. Oh.
If we leave the EU, then we're going to have a general election.
Do you know what? If we leave the EU, no one knows what's going to happen. If we stay, here's the thing as well. I think if we stay in the EU, I think there are going to be more fireworks. Whichever way it goes, there are going to be fireworks, right? If we leave, I reckon Boris will have a challenge at the old PM and tell him he's got to quit. If we stay, I reckon Boris will have a challenge at the old PM and tell him he's got to quit. I've got a feeling there's going to be a civil war.
A leadership challenge.
A leadership challenge. Do you remember? I remember being a real pain in the arse sixth former, right, and debating that we should have referendi about everything, all big decisions that were made, right? The big ones like war and stuff like that. Yeah. We should have a referendum for them, right?
Yeah.
I pray to God we never have another referendum as long as I live.
And we're having one next Thursday.
Even that, I just say after this, can we have a referendum to decide that we don't want any more referendum? Because Jesus, it's boring, man. It's so boring, and it goes on and on and on. And whatever way we vote, right?
Yeah.
It will go on and on and on. Next Thursday isn't going to be the end of it. Next Friday's not going to be the end of it. It's going to go on forever.
Because David Cameron's job's on the line.
Well, I couldn't care about any of it.
Well, I'm still undecided. I haven't had any convincing arguments.
Well, suddenly, Alan, if any casual knob twiddlers are playing with their hi-fi systems and they've stumbled across this show, they'll think that we're churning out the same old pap that LBC are churning out, and we're not, Alan.
Bingo!
Sorry?
Hopkins bingo!
She's not on, man. Calm down, for crying out loud. 0844 499 1000.
We call you back.
We call you back. I got a feeling it's a bit quiet on the old telephono tonight, but don't matter. Doesn't matter.
Don't matter at all. And also, same about that MP that died today.
It is Joe Cox. It is one of the saddest stories I can think of. And I had a little cry about it earlier on, just because it's so hopeless and bleak and futile. And she's got kids, and her husband's put out a beautiful statement, and she worked for Oxfam, and she campaigned against slavery, and, geez, man. And I don't want, can I just say, right, I don't want to play the guessing game. I don't want to play was it a Brexiteer? Was it a mentally ill person? Was it
someone linked with an Islamic State?
I don't want to put forward any. I don't know. I've heard two conflicting theories, and we don't know. And I think it's unfair on everybody, particularly her family, if we start playing the guessing game. But yes, Alan, it's one of the saddest things. The world has gone nuts.
Give me an idea for a topic.
Oh, blimey, really? Okay, tread carefully.
Why do bad things happen to good people?
Hey, Alan, you've got the heart of a lamb.
Yeah?
In a box under your bed, you weirdo. That's very philosophical, man. That's a heavy question to lay on the listener at 10:25 on a Thursday when everyone's feeling down in the dumps and we haven't got any callers apart from Russ lined up. No disrespect to Russ. No disrespect to you, Russ. I'm just saying we've got no one else after you, you know. And I think no, I don't mean it like that. Oh, God.
Hey, Caddick, I've got a bone to pick with you, boy. I tell you now.
What did I do wrong?
Yes. Daniel Sturridge went to my school.
Fort Drellings?
No, Friary Grange in Lichfield. I think.
Well, why didn't you tell people why he went to Fort Drellings?
He went to Friary Grange because we've got a plaque in our reception.
Well, what did it say on Facebook why he went to Fort Drellings?
He went to sixth form at my school, so he must have left yours because it weren't up to scratch.
No, but he still went to Fort Drellings.
He probably did.
But before Crediton, did you see the goal?
No, Stan, that conversation stops there. I enjoy you arguing about what school the famous footballer went to. But if you, listen, guys, if you just retune your dial ever so slightly, you got Cundy and Goldstein, you can talk to them about the goals. I'm not
talking about the goals.
Could not give a monkey's.
I've got some pearlers for you.
You got some perverts?
I'll give you a pearl necklace.
Steady.
Was it Mark Simpson's pearl necklace?
Oh, for crying out loud, boys, what has gotten into you today?
It's that Caddick, he always goes for the common lowest denominator.
He goes for the common lowest denominator. Right, yeah. Russ, what have you got for us?
First of all, can I just pay my respects to Joe Cox? And if you've got an issue, I'm not making any what you call it, like you said, but anybody who's ever got an issue with a politician, the worst it should ever come to is, you know, expletives at the very extreme.
We have an excellent system of getting rid of politicians. It's called the elections. You know, but I don't want to because there is one theory I've heard is that it was someone who went to see her specifically, and another it was she was breaking up a fight. We don't know. So, but you're right. I just think it's such a sad story. Second point, please, Russ.
Yeah, I've got a couple of cool classic movies for you.
Here we go. Classic movies, Alan.
Right, I'll play you a very, very short clip, see whether you can guess.
Oh, okay, competition. Yeah, I can do this.
I'm up for that.
Yeah, I'm up for that. Are you up for that, Alan?
Yeah.
I'm up for that. Go away, you go, Russ. Yeah, this is fun.
Tell me what cool classic film this is from.
What's in the basket?
Breakfast Club.
What was that? Alan?
I'm saying the Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club.
I'm saying Chucky.
No. What's in the basket, Ian?
7.
No.
I don't know what's in.
Do you want me to tell you?
Basket case.
Yeah, someone just whispered that to you.
No. I just guessed. I got no one did. So was it Basket Case?
Yeah. Have you ever seen the film?
No, I'm aware of it. It's a cheesy horror film. Hey, I tell you what. You know, can I tell you one of my favourite films? Right, I've not watched it for ages. I need to watch it again. Right, one of my favourite films, Al Pacino, Dog Day Afternoon. Have you seen that?
No, I've not heard of that.
Mate, it's brilliant. Right, it's brilliant. It's based on a true story. It's him and the guy who plays Fredo in the Godfather films. He died a few years later. Really, he had cancer and he died during the Deer Hunter, I think. And they're two bank robbers, and it's supposed to be like a really easy job. They go in, they pull out a gun, and they get the money, and then they escape. But it goes wrong, and it turns into a hostage situation, right? And you find out that the reason Al Pacino is doing this is because he's bisexual. He's married to a woman, but he's bisexual, and he wants the money to pay for his gay lover's sex change, sexual realignment. operation, right? It's such a good film. I love it. There's a documentary coming out, right, about the character that Al Pacino plays in that. And I'm looking forward to that, man. And I've just remembered that.
The plot rings a bell.
Mate, it is a classic film, Dog Day Afternoon. I wonder if I can buy it for a penny on Amazon.
I'll have to look out for that.
Go on, give us another clip.
Well, I haven't got another clip lined up, but another cult classic.
Well, some competition that turned out to be.
I was just testing you on the basket case, right? Get the box set of basket case. I only discovered it recently, and I bought the box set, and I don't know whether it's number 2 or number 3. And basically, this woman has got all these creatures in the loft, and it's sort of like you're like the woman who owns the house, Ian, and all your callers are like the freaks in the loft.
Well, if
you see it, you'll love it. You'll know what I'm saying.
Well, thank you.
That's one way to describe it.
The other film.
Hang on a second. Dog Day Afternoon, 2-disc special edition for £1.26. You're having a laugh, mate. You're having a laugh.
What's the postage?
Plus postage is only £1.26.
Oh, that's not bad.
So you're looking at £2.52 for a double disc special edition classic movie.
Okay, go for it.
Hang on a minute, but now there's Dog Day Afternoon 40th anniversary edition Blu-ray.
I don't do Blu-ray.
I don't really know what. I mean, I can watch Blu-ray on me old
Xbox One.
Here's a film I've never seen. I don't think I've seen it. Taxi Driver.
Which one?
You looking at me?
The French one or the original's French?
You know which one I mean, Russ. Stop. What are you showing off for? There's no girls. There's no girls here.
No, are you on about the De Niro one?
Yeah. Go on.
No, I've not seen that.
Go on, do the line from it, Caddick.
You looking at me? You looking at me? But no one else here, so you must be looking at me.
I've not seen it myself, to be honest. The one I was thinking of was called Taxi.
Yeah, that's different.
That's Danny DeVito, isn't it?
That one hasn't got a driver in. Taxi Driver's got a driver in.
Yeah, I know the one you mean.
Taxi Driver.
Got a woolly hat on, isn't he?
It's Jodie Foster is like a teenage prostitute.
Oh, Jodie Foster.
I thought you meant the comedy with Danny DeVito.
No, that's Taxi.
Yeah.
Someone's going to get a slap in a minute. Someone's going to get a slap. Have we finished with both of you gentlemen?
No.
I just wanted to say, you play one of my all-time favourite tunes from my youth, which is Birdhouse in Your Soul. Strange song, but I absolutely love it.
It's a good song, isn't it? Why do you love it so much?
It's from the era, from 1990 or early 90s, when I first got into talk-based radio, and I used to ring Beacon Radio in the Midlands.
Russ, would you let me give you a gift? Would you allow me to, on a miserable day like this, would you allow me to give you a gift?
Yeah, go on, man.
I'm your only friend, I'm not your only friend, but I'm a little glowing friend, but really I'm not actually your friend, but I am. Blue canary in the outlet by the light switch, who watches over you? Make a little birdhouse in your soul, not to put too fine a point on it. Say I'm the only bee in your bonnet. Make a little birdhouse in your soul. I have a secret to tell from my electrical well. It's a simple message and I'm leaving out the whistles and bells. So the room must listen to me, filibuster vigilantly. My name is Blue Canary, one note spelled L-I-T-E. My story's infinite, like the Longines Symphony. It doesn't end. Blue Canary in the outlet by the light switch, who watches over you? Make a little birdhouse in your soul, not to put too fine a point on it. Say I'm the only bee in your bonnet. Make a little birdhouse in your soul. for us. I'm your only friend, I'm not your only friend, but I'm a little glowing friend, but really I'm not actually your friend, but I am. There's a picture opposite me of my primitive ancestry, who stood on rocky shores and kept the bitches shipwreck free. Though I respect that a lot, I'd be fired if that were my job. After killing Russell off and countless screaming Argonauts, bluebird of friendliness, like guardian angels, it's always near. Blue canary in the outlet by the light switch, who watches over you. Make a little birdhouse in your soul, not to put too fine a point on it. Say I'm the only bee in your bonnet. Make a little birdhouse in your soul. Keep the nightlight on inside the birdhouse in your soul. Not to put too fine a point on it. Say I'm the only bee in your bonnet. Make a little birdhouse in your soul. Not to put too fine a point on it. Say I'm the only bee in your bonnet. Make a little birdhouse in your soul.
Very good, very good.
Russ, do you accept that gift?
It's beautiful, mate, beautiful. But the lyrics make absolutely no sense.
No. Why is Alan chosen that moment to do some hammering? 0844 499 1000. I don't sing to all of my callers. Luke's on the line. Good evening, Luke.
Yeah, mate, how are you?
I'm all right, thank you, Luke. What news of Panther do you bring us, Luke?
Nothing lately, because it's absolutely raining down here where I'm working.
Don't panthers like the rain?
God knows. Thank God I ain't seen it while I'm walking home.
I went out for I took the dog for a walk before I left for work. I deliberately left for work late this evening. Little did I realise that the A40 would be completely chock-a-block, and instead of taking me an hour to drive in, it would take me nearly 2. Irrelevant. But I took dog for a walk over fields. She had a nice haircut and stuff, and I thought, right, she looks smart. She was showing off to all the lads. It was outrageous. She was dirty pup. But I thought, right, she's got a nice haircut, let's go and get her muddy. So we went for a walk, big field, big kind of cloudy in one direction, black clouds in one direction, bright sunshine the other direction, and splitting the two were forks of lightning. It was wonderful. You could feel the electricity in the air.
Yeah, you want to see where I'm working, all I've got is like ducks.
Ducks?
Like, in puddles and wearing mankinis and that.
Ducks in puddles. Here's a question, right, and dear listener, maybe you can answer this. Has anyone ever had a duck in their house? And I don't mean a dead duck for their supper. I mean an actual duck in their house. 0844 499 1000. We can expand that to unusual living creatures in your house. I've had a pigeon in my house. Have you ever had a pigeon fly into your house?
Yep, I've had strange dogs walk into the house. And that, I've had cats walk into the house.
Cats aren't strange. I'm not
a squirrel.
Cats, right? Cats. In the house. Even if it wasn't your cat, having a cat in the house is not strange, right?
Yeah.
Dogs, I'm not because dogs, you expect a dog in the house. Squirrels, tell me about the squirrels, Luke.
Well, what it is, when I used to live with my mum.
Yeah.
All I used to, when I finished work early hours in the morning, getting in my bedroom, all you can hear is scratching.
Yeah.
My mum fought it with the bats, because we used to have bats in the loft.
Yeah.
I went in the loft, and it felt like being in National Lampoon's movie.
Uh-oh.
Squirrel just jumped straight out.
Really? Really? It went for you?
It just jumped.
It's always, I tell you what we'll do. All right. How did you pull it off? Did you pull the squirrel off?
Well, what I've done is
the only way to calm him
I've
down.
got a net.
Yes. Your girlfriend?
So I just got a net, and then eventually...
She your neighbour?
No, very funny.
Thank you. We took a long time to get there, Luke, and it was worth the work, I'm sure.
Well, what do you expect if you work 7 nights a week on stage?
Okay, so you got a net, and what, like a butterfly net?
No, just like a kind of a garden net kind of thing.
Okay, yeah.
So I just trapped that up and caught it in the end.
Stoved its head in?
Well,
you're not allowed to.
If you get done, can't you?
Yeah, you get done for that. So, but did you?
No, I didn't kill it. I just caught it and then took it out me.
Put a skewer up its bum and ate it for your
just
tea.
let it free.
Okay, so these are two brilliant phone-ins. One I've done before, but it's always a doozy, right? And these have come from you, Luke. So the first one is unusual animals in your house. If you've ever had a duck or a horse in your house, 0844 499 1000. And the one I've done before, but I've done it a couple of times and I love it. If you've ever had a fight with an animal, much like Luke had a fight with a squirrel, if you've ever had an actual fight with an animal, 0844 499 1000. And that's how you do a radio show, Luke. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, and two more quick things, mate.
Yeah, go on, mate.
All right. Oh, and I phoned up last night.
Yes.
What size of envelope do I need to send for them two autographs?
Well, hang on a minute. First of all, you've got to send the £50.
Oh yeah, bribery, is it?
No, it's not bribery. No, it's not bribery. It's the market forces. £45 for me, £5 for Catherine, of which I will be taking a 90% surcharge. So just send us a standard address envelope. Look, we haven't got any pictures, but we'll write our name on a bit of paper for you if you want. I haven't got any pictures though. It's not like we're not like Bruno Brooks on Radio 1.
You legends! I sent you that Twitter message. I don't know if you got it.
I didn't see it. I get so many. Send a standard address envelope here, and we will sign a bit and just say what you want, and we'll sign a bit of paper for you. We haven't got any pictures though.
Yeah, no worries. Like I said, I sent you a Twitter message, and I sent a Twitter message to your producer, Catherine. I don't know if she read that as well.
I wouldn't trust her with a computer. You
can't say that.
I wouldn't trust her with a computer. I'd like to have a look at her hard
And I tell you what, man.
Yeah.
You should be number one in the charts, the music charts.
I'm a good singer.
Someday might be giant.
Aren't I a good? Right, and I'm a very, very modest man, as you know, but I'm a brilliant singer, aren't I?
Yeah. And I would love to hear you sing the Music Band Editor's song any day.
I don't know what that is, Luke, but do you know what? I'm going to look it up for you, mate. Thank you. 0844 499 1000. Tris, Gatford, Simon, or everyone else is calling in. Stay there.
You looking at me? You looking at me?
Tris is on the line. Evening, Tris.
Hip, hip, hip.
Hip, hip, hip.
How you doing, mate? You all right?
I'm all right, thank you. By the way, everybody who says hip, hip, hip spontaneously gets an extra 5 points added to their score. They'll be tallied up at the end of the week. We'll then go into the league. At the end of every month, we'll get rid of the bottom 5, and at the end of the year, we'll have the playoffs. Just so you know, okay?
Where am I in the league at the minute?
I'm afraid that's classified information, Tris.
All right. Fair enough. How's it going?
It's going all right. I'm a little bit peckish, but it's all right. It's nearly the freaking weekend, baby. I'm about to have me some fun.
What are you doing?
Nothing, actually. Sleeping. I'm giving a talk tomorrow. I'm going to talk about working in radio again about 3 o'clock tomorrow, which I'm going to try and Periscope. So Periscope is, be ready if you want to watch that. It'll be the same one as before, but with a funny picture in that I've remembered. And then I'm then tomorrow we're interviewing Will Storr about 7:30. Who wrote that book, Heretics, about that we don't see colours and stuff. I'm looking forward to that. And then Saturday and Sunday, I've got nothing planned. I might go and see my friend Simon if he's still free, but I might have left it too late to arrange it. So if not, I'm just going to sit in front of the telly and watch movies.
Yeah, sounds good.
That's the plan, Stan. What you got for us, Tris?
A couple of bits. I was really affected by that Joe Cox story today. And I got pretty upset about it driving home. And I was listening to it sort of unfold on the radio. But when I got home, my 6-year-old, she sort of summed it up for me, really. Because I've seen a few bits online and people sort of putting out their theories, and Nick Griffin of the BNP putting something rather offensive as well. Yeah. But I got home, and my daughter, she said, Daddy, a lady's died, and she's got kids, and her mummy won't be coming home tonight, and that's sad. And it wasn't a conversation or anything like that, but I think she just sort of summed it up perfectly, because that's really the story, isn't it? It is sad.
Our mum got murdered today, and we don't know why. And whatever the reason, it was pointless. And it's heartbreaking, isn't it? It is the saddest. at a later date, when there's a bit of distance between the event, I kind of like to think about why we can kind of kick the idea around a bit tonight if you want, why it's affected the nation so much. And it really has affected almost everybody. Of course, there are a couple of idiots on Twitter. One of them's a regular contributor to this show.
I saw that.
Yeah, and I had another guy who was trying to... There are a couple of idiots who are trying to make a political point out of it, who are trying to make a racist point out of it, who are trying to make all kinds of points out of it. The thing is, right, no one knows what happened. No one knows what happened. I've heard...
And it almost doesn't matter why it happened.
No.
Does it? I mean, I think my little girl sort of summed it up quite nicely there. Well, not nicely, you know what I mean.
No, she didn't. In the way that the innocence of kids, you know, she saw it through the innocent eyes of kids. And you're right, and it is sad. I had a little doze this afternoon. When I went to sleep, you know, the story was that she'd been shot but was alive.
Yeah.
And I woke up and she died, and it was. I had a little cry about it, you know. I couldn't. It was just. I
had a little lump in my throat as well. It just sort of really affected me. I don't know, and it sort of got confounded when I got home.
Because you're a nice guy, Tris. That's why.
Well, I try.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough of this shade.
Yeah.
I'm getting fed up with this football. I really am. I don't follow football. I couldn't care less.
Nope.
But I go around a lot of kitchens for work, and they're quite sort of male orientated environments a lot of the time, and because I've got a penis, I must like football.
Yes.
Every time I walk in, I mean, before the football started, I was always asked, how am I going to vote in the referendum?
Yeah.
And now it's, asking questions about the football, and of course I don't know or care.
Yep.
And a couple of strange responses I had, like today when I said, "Oh no, I don't really care." The chef said, "Oh, well, that's weird." I don't really see why it's weird not to like something. And somebody said something to me a couple of days ago. They said, "Oh, there's two kinds of chefs. There's either chefs that are really into football, or chefs that really aren't." But surely that's everyone, isn't it? That's not sort of specific to chefs. And I'm bored of it.
It's easy to avoid. I'm avoiding it. And I work with. I don't like this whole. I'm going to be careful which word am I going to use. I want to say bullied, but I'm going to pull back from bullied a bit. Teased. Let's stay with teased.
Do you think it's part of being male that you sort of feel you have to like it?
No. I don't feel those shackles anymore. I remember as a kid getting bought football annuals and all of this stuff, and they thought I was gay. A lot of my family thought I was gay because I didn't like football. But I get teased here because we got the Talk Sport office obviously right next to us.
Yeah, sure.
When we had David Iain yesterday, Cundy and Goldstein couldn't resist having a bit of a pop in front of a guest, which I thought was a bit rude, actually. They were kind of, "You enjoying the football, Iain? Yeah, what's your favourite game? What's your favourite score?" Now, it could be classed as banter, a word I hate. It could be classed as playful. They just knew that I wasn't into it. And I just thought doing it in front of a guest, actually, I think that's rude.
Bit undermining, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And I came back and I got the last laugh because I went, "Guys," David Icke, when he'd gone, I said, "Guys, don't ever take the mickey out of me in front of my dad." That was how I got the power back. But I just thought that's a little bit rude, really. And there's a lot of that. It's a very loud kind of macho atmosphere here. And, I can play that game a bit. But I don't like it, and it makes me uncomfortable.
That's the thing, it's just a game, isn't it? And people get so obsessed with it, who cares? It's a few blokes kicking the ball around, have fun, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
If it's your thing, fine. If it's not, whatever.
And it's funny, because I like playing FIFA on the Xbox, right, which is a football game. Yeah. And I do like listening to the two mics on the way home when they're talking about football, because I just find them funny, right, because they're so obnoxious to each other. I mean, it's just wonderful, delicious pantomime. But yeah, the football itself, I couldn't give a stuff.
No, it's boring, isn't it?
Yeah. All right, Tris, nice one, man.
Whatever. Cheers, man.
Well, is your little girl asleep now? Of course she is. It's 10 to 11.
Yeah.
Go in and give her a little kiss while she's asleep. I'm going to do that to my boys when I get home. I'm going to sneak into their bedrooms and give them a little kiss and just whisper that I love them.
Lovely, mate.
Cheers, Tris. Thank you, mate. Simon, Gatford, stay there. Let's go to Charlotte. Good evening, Charlotte.
Hi.
I'm really trying, and you can help me with this. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. I'm really trying to say Charlotte.
Yes.
I
understand that.
Instead of Charlotte.
I know, I say Charlotte, and I think it should be Charlotte, really, but I'm not that posh.
All my life I've said Charlotte.
I know.
But then there is in various circles involving family members and other people, they have friends who are called Charlotte. Charlotte. And it makes me slightly uncomfortable saying it, but I'm going to try and say Charlotte from now on.
Okay, that's fine with me.
Is that all right with you, Charlotte?
Yep.
Oh, I feel weird saying it! I feel weird, it feels wrong. It does not drip off my tongue.
It doesn't mine either. It's the duck thing. Have you ever had a duck in your house?
Oh, yeah, have you?
Yes, many times.
Have you?
Yeah, it's where I live. There's a duck pond down the road, and we're just surrounded by them, basically, and they get really cheeky and walk in the back door looking for food.
Yeah.
And also, they obviously have lots of babies, and a lot of them, you know, the drains in the side of the road.
Yeah.
A lot of them fall down there because they're too small.
Oh, yes.
So we have to go fishing and fish them out to save them because I can't walk by and leave them to drown, basically.
Oh, you're brilliant.
Thank you. I only rescued one, actually, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. He'd been abandoned. He was literally, I don't know, a few days old, and he was just running around squeaking, and he couldn't find his mum, so I took him to the local RSPCA.
I was say the local pub and
yeah.
had a drink.
I think he would have enjoyed that, actually.
One of the most heartwarming pieces of film I've ever seen, right?
Yeah.
Is a duck, a mother duck with like 3 little baby ducks stood by the side of a motorway, right? It's brilliant, this film. Stood by the side of a motorway. And a police car pulls up, and they go, and the ducks are stood by a drain, and they lift the drain up, and they reach down and pull out 5 little babies that had fallen down, and then the ducks just all go off, and the police rescue them. It's the most. I always used to be one of those cynics. So I used to do local radio, and we had like coppers and fire brigade on, and we'd go, "You spent £10,000 and 5 man hours rescuing a dog." Remember we did a dog that got trapped down a rabbit hole or something, and the fire brigade went to get it, and they sent like 2 engines and 5 officers to get it out, and we hauled them over the coals for it. But now I think, that's exactly what they should be doing. It's exactly what they should be doing. Go and, if there's no fires on, as long as, there's not like a rape happening around the corner or something, or there's a building burning down in the background, go and do that. Of course they should.
Absolutely, yeah. And I've done it several times, and, I won't stop doing it. And I also had to shove my arm up the chimney to pull a pigeon out because it got trapped as well.
I could not have done that.
I didn't want to, but I could hear it flapping around. And I just couldn't let it die there, and
Could you not, poke it with a stick? Pigeon stick? Did you not get a pigeon stick?
I didn't think of that at the time. I know you'd be surprised, but, a stick wasn't my first thought, but if it happens again, maybe then yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe why are birds attracted? Why are birds so keen to kill themselves in your presence? What vibe are you setting off, Charlotte?
I don't know. I don't know. Do you know? I can't say. I don't know what it is. It must. I don't know.
Well, Charlotte, you keep doing it. You're doing excellent work. Thank you very much indeed. 0844 499 1000 phone number. Gatford, Katie, Simon, stay there. We'll come to you after the news. So topics, if we were doing topics, which someone said, what are the topics tonight? And I was like, what? I don't know. I don't really do topics, but okay, let's make it a bit easier for some of you. Have you ever had a fight with an animal? It's a good one, that. I've done it at least twice before, and it's always a good one. If you've ever had a fight with an animal, and it can be like a physical fight or a battle of wills, we'll have that. 0844 499 1000. And if you've ever had an unusual creature in your house, cats and dog. I mean, cats. We've had loads of cats in our house that don't belong there. You come home, there's a strange cat there. What are you doing there? So cats and dogs, I'm not allowing. But if you had a horse, we've had ducks. If you had a horse, if you've had a pig in the house, a live pig in the house, running around the house like crazy. 0844 499 1000. We will call you back. You can call in about anything as well. I'm throwing that stuff out there. You don't have to call it. Still trying to establish the rules of the show. But the rules are basically, you can call in about anything you want. Literally anything you want. Okay? Got it? Right. Start dialing.
Talk Radio.
Gatford, Katie, Simon, you'll come up straight after the news. If you want to give us a call, now is an excellent time to do that. 0844 499 1000. For the next hour, if you call that number, we call you back, guys, so it hardly costs you a ting. This is Talk Radio. This is the news.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
You've lost the news!
Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold her tight. So happy together. If I should call you up, invest a dime, and you say you belong to me, and ease my mind. Imagine how the world could be so very fine, so happy together. I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the skies will be blue for all my life. Me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the skies will be blue for all my life. Me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. How they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together, so happy together. And how is the weather? So happy together, we're happy together, so happy together. Happy together, so happy together, so happy together.
Yes, Katie?
Oh, hip, hip, hip.
Hip, 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 Katie. Extra 5 points for Katie. Chalk it up. Here we go. Well done. What you got for us, Katie?
So it's about weird animals in your house.
Yes.
And so my friend's cat Ollie is a bit of a murdering machine, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He's a very good hunter, and recently he brought in a parakeet, which unfortunately he killed, but also a live squirrel.
Oh.
Yeah, I know that they had spent about a couple of hours trying to evict this squirrel from the house. And my friend's boyfriend recorded himself trying to do it. It's quite funny. Can I play it to you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Please do. This is.
Yeah.
I think this is a radio first, guys. Forget the fact that I don't know if you just heard the news there, Katie. We didn't. It got lost. The news got lost in the post. We don't need the news anymore because we've got you with. What's the name of the person what's he doing? He's having sex with a squirrel.
No, he's trying to evict the squirrel.
He's trying to. Sorry.
Brought the squirrel in. Squirrel is still alive.
Completely misunderstood it. Okay, he's trying to. And the name of the gentleman is
Rob.
Rob, and the name of the squirrel is.
I don't think you can call it whatever you like.
Okay. Cyril the squirrel and Rob. Here we go.
Okay.
Operation Remove the Squirrel.
Oh.
He's also killed a little parrot bird thing.
Parrot bird thing. All right, David
That's the
Attenborough.
big issue we have right here. Not the teddy bear. The squirrel sitting next to it. Which seems to not want to get out of under my bed. I'm scared because it keeps jumping at me. I need to move it. Please get out. This is my home. If you're going to stay, you need to start paying some rent or something. Come on. Out.
Come on, out.
Be gone.
Pathetic. What?
You little shit.
Whoa, now, steady on. Right, there's enough of that, Katie, enough of that.
Sorry, I didn't realise he swore.
Yeah, come on, that's the most pathetic. Come on, come on, squirrel. I'm gonna get you.
It's amazing. So my other half, he cut the bit where he screams. It's the funniest thing.
Well, he's a pathetic squirrel hunter. And a pox on him and his potty mouth. I hope that squirrel lives. Thank you, Katie, for that. I hope that squirrel lives there forever. My cat brought in a frog once when we lived in the flat in London. She brought in a frog, and I could tell she came in, and she had her mouth shut, but it was like her cheeks were all puffed out, and there was like a little twig hanging out of her mouth. I thought, hang on a minute, what's going on here, Velvet? And we had a long hallway in this flat, and she went to one end of the hallway and lowered her head onto the floor and opened her mouth. And this frog just jumped out. There was no twig, that was a frog's leg. And it jumped out, and I wasn't going to touch the bloody thing. So I had to get a saucepan, and I was chasing it. This is not Mission Impossible. What the hell is this? Go away, pervert. I had to chase it down the hallway, trying to catch it in the saucepan, and every time I went for it, it jumped. And it took me about 5-10 minutes to catch the bloody thing. Simon!
Get out! Go on, get out! Go on! I know it's raining, but it don't matter. Hello, Ian, sorry about that.
Is that your wife you're talking to? What is going on?
No, it's every time it rains, a bloody panther comes and knocks on the door.
Oh, flipping heck.
Don't like the rain, do they, panthers?
What? Well, we don't know. Luke doesn't know that. Luke, who is our panther correspondent on this show, he's unsure whether they like the rain or not. But we will be hopefully getting further updates throughout the course of our lifetime from Luke as to the whereabouts of his panther.
Hip, 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 by the way.
Hip, 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 well done.
2 quick things. Animals in your house.
Yep.
When I was little, we always used to go away to stay in, like, landmark trusts and national trusts.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I slept downstairs with the window open. In the middle of the night, bearing in mind I was about 5 or 6, and heard this flapping about. I thought it was a bird or something, and put a light on, and it was a bat.
In the bedroom?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, that is disgusting.
So I was obviously petrified and screamed the house down.
Yeah.
Parents came down and just told me to go back to sleep and it'd fly out the window.
No, they did not!
Yeah.
You could have got rabies!
So I just laid there listening to this thing flap around.
Oh, man, that is terrible. They didn't even let you go and sleep in their bed?
Nope.
That is... what year was this?
Only about 10 years ago.
Well, was it the 20... just think, guys, that was happening in the 21st century. Within living memory, children were forced to sleep in cages with bats. Unbelievable. Your parents are outrageous.
It was like they were angry at me for waking them up, just over a bat being in my room.
I remember being about 7, and we rented a cottage or something, maybe a bit older, about 10. And I woke up, and there was... I could hear something scuttling about, right? And I woke up, and I turned the light on. I couldn't find it for ages, and I found it. It was a spider. But imagine the size of a spider that would make a noise as it scuttled about.
Wow.
It was huge. Couldn't sleep in the room. I took the blanket and went and slept on the sofa. Even at the age of 10, I thought, I'm not having this.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That is disgusting. It was so big you could see its eyes looking at you, licking its lips. Disgusting.
The other thing, I told you I moved up to Liverpool.
Oh, yeah. How's that going? Have you got furniture yet?
Well.
Oh.
It was bin day today.
Yeah.
So I put the bins out.
Oh, we go.
Came home and no bins. So someone has stolen my bins, so I've got no furniture and now I've got no bins. So I contacted the landlord, because I'm only renting at the moment, and they said I need to get a crime number.
You're joking.
So I had to ring up the police and say, can I have a crime number because my bins are being stolen?
Was it, now, cause surely the council would give you new bins, wouldn't they? The wheelie bins, were they?
Yeah, but if they have to replace them, you have to pay, apparently.
Flipping heck, man! What is I mean, I like Liverpool. I like Liverpudlians. But you're living the classic, cliched Liverpudlian lifestyle. That's outrageous.
Well, it's just the fact that I had to ring up the police and be like, oh yeah, what's the serious crime?
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, but the bins have been stolen, and there was like a long silent pause.
Did they give you the crime number?
No, I've got to ring back in the morning. There's a special department that deal with stuff like this.
Oh, mate. Well, just when you thought it couldn't get much worse, it's got much worse.
Well, and they said to me, did you not have your number on your bin?
Yeah.
Well, I've only just got the bin, so I'd...
Always paint the number on the side of the bin.
So now I've got no furniture or no bins.
You're screwed, mate. What else? You got clothes, have you?
Yeah.
They'll be gone tomorrow. We'll get a phone call tomorrow saying we slipped my sleeping bag and my clothes are gone. I've got no idea how that is even possible, but they've gone.
Yep.
Hang in there, Simon. Yeah, hang in there, Simon. You got it's things that you've got to be on the upswing at some point.
Yep.
Thank you, mate. Take care. See you later on. Ta-ta. He's had a terrible run of. He's had a terrible run of bad luck, that guy. This is Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio. This is, I don't know, what is this? The late night show, I guess. We're here every Monday to Friday, 10 till 1. I was saying we've got some guests coming up. We've got some really good guests coming up. We've got Will Storr, who wrote a brilliant book, Heretics. He also wrote Will Storr versus the Supernatural, which I've just ordered again, because I lost my copy. I threw out loads of books, and that was one of them. So he's interviewing him on Friday. We'll probably play him next week. When is Limmy coming on? Is it this Friday? Is he not? Has he changed it? Okay. Limmy's coming on at one point. If you don't know who Limmy is, he's brilliant. Brilliant. Is he coming? When's he coming on? Go on his mic. Go on, push him out of the way. Push him out of the way, for crying out loud. This is Catherine, the producer. Yeah.
I think it's like Friday the 7th of July.
Oh, you did say, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Because we've got Miranda Sawyer coming on the Thursday, and then it's him on the Friday.
Thursday the 6th of July, Miranda Sawyer's coming in the studio, which I'm a little bit nervous about. Because she's like, I'm like the fifth former, and she's like the cool sixth former that you kind of want to impress, but isn't impressed.
She came in the office the other day to do something.
She was in on one of the shows, wasn't she?
And I was texting Iain saying, she's behind me, and I've talked to her on Twitter, and I should say hello to her, but I'm terrified to. And you said, do it, you plum.
Yeah, do it, you plum.
So I did, and she was lovely.
Yeah, and then what did I do when I turned up at the building?
Hid.
Yeah, I hid. I was too scared to meet her. But she's brilliant. She's it's partly because I think she's. I saw her once at the Science Museum, and I couldn't say hello to her. I was too nervous. I think she's a brilliant writer. She has written. We don't get people that are doing the circuits and doing the rounds and plugging stuff. She is plugging a book, but I'd kind of asked her ages ago to come on, and she said, "Oh, can I come on when I've got a book?" And I was thinking, "Oh, the book could be a stinker." The book's brilliant. What's it called? Out of Time.
Out of Time.
And it's about midlife crises, basically, and reevaluating your life when you kind of get to your mid-40s. It's brilliant. It comes out. It'll be out in a couple of weeks, I think. In a week, I think it's like the 26th of June. I seem to remember seeing on a press release somewhere. But it's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's a really good book. In fact, I'll post the link a bit later on, and that'll be your homework, will be to get that and read that for when she comes in. So that'll be cool. We got Limmy, and Will Storr, and that's it, isn't it?
Gilbert O'Sullivan.
Oh, Gilbert's coming on. When's Gilbert coming on?
He's going to be coming on. Oh God, I can't remember. I've not got my diary, but it's like
It's a Friday at 10 o'clock.
20-something.
The 20-something at 10
something.
o'clock.
And who else? Oh, and PP Arnold.
PP Arnold, yes, exactly. Excellent stuff. All right, 0844 499 1000. We got guests aplenty. 0844 499 1000 is what I've noticed about the show. It's the first hour is quite busy with phone calls. And then kind of it's about 11:15, they sort of ease off a bit, and then they pick up again about 11:45. It's like, what are you doing? What are you guys doing for that half an hour? And then the last hour is just nuts. You know, last hour can be really busy, or it can be empty, or it can be anything you want it to be. Did you listen to it a couple of nights ago, Gatford, when it was really uncomfortable?
Yeah.
It's good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. It was quality. All right, mate. Don't take the piss.
Wait, I got a bone to pick with you.
You got a what?
A bone.
Thank you.
Pick with you.
Pick my bone.
You remember you mentioned Sir Bruno of Brooks a while ago?
Sir Bruno of Brookington, yes.
Indeed. One of his favourite features was the wrong lyrics feature, wasn't it? You know, where he would hilariously link that Bryan Adams said bra strap instead of something else. Do you remember that?
I don't remember him doing it, but we've all done it at some point. I remember it was one of the first phone-ins I did on LBC when I had a producer who has long since gone from my memory, whose name was... What was the name of my first producer at LBC?
Was it Annabelle?
No.
Was it a woman or was it a man?
Lady Steph. Lady Steph. That was it. That's a blast from the past. We fell out.
He would.
We always do.
Back to my beef.
Yes.
That's perfectly fine. No, thank you.
Trying to make a conversation out of it, and you...
No,
that's fine.
No, let me... Yeah. About 40 minutes ago, you sang a rather nice piece of music.
I sang it well.
You did very well. I've often said you have a fine voice.
Not
but
to me.
And I would like to know whether you deliberately changed the words of that song. I know you changed them to fit Russ. There's a particular line which I'm not sure if it came across on the Periscope and the DAB and everything.
Oh yeah.
Keeping the shipwreck free.
I don't say.
Now the word was beaches that you should have used.
Yep.
What you clearly had trouble with was the female dog word.
What are you saying, Alfred?
That you said bitches, not beaches. I heard it. And tomorrow, when the Listen Again feature, the excellent Listen Again feature on the Talk Radio,
it's a little bit clunky.
Well, you know, whatever. I'm just promoting the show.
The thing is,
we're going back and researching, and we'll bring evidence tomorrow.
Well, the thing is, Gatford, I've always thought that your mind was in the gutter. And 0844 499 1000, by the way. I've always thought your mind was in the gutter. And you really have shown yourself up. No, let me finish. I've let you speak. Now it's time for you to listen. And that's something you could really do with learning about listening. Because you've really shown your, to quote Cyndi Lauper, your true colours today. The quote has ended. By just showing what a filthy, unpleasant, nasty little man you really are.
Yep. You finished? You finished your bit? Can I talk now?
Not finished. I'm about 3/4 of the way through it. So the end is in sight of this bit, but there'll be more.
Okay.
I sang They Might Be Giants' classic hit, the biggest UK hit, not the biggest hit they had in the States by any stretch of the eye.
Good information, yeah.
I sang that as a tribute to Russ from Lichfield, who's been having a bit of a rough time recently. He's not been calling in as much as he'd like because he thought I found him boring. Untrue, Gatford. Which, if only all my callers were as self-aware as Russ.
All right.
I sang that as a tribute to him, and I performed that, I would say, grade A star, 9 out of 10. I sang the lyric that the two Johns from They Might Be Giants wrote. You chose to hear it as something else, and you're basically What's wrong with the world?
Oh, so I'm the devil now.
Yep, you're Broken Britain.
Are we nearly finished?
Finished, mate, finished.
Finished, yeah. Well,
and that was me,
yeah,
holding back. That was me being polite.
Bring it.
Yeah.
Bring it. I've had it up to, and you can't see me, but I'm putting my hand up near my head.
Near your mouth? You've had it up to there, have you? I bet you have.
I've had it up to about there.
Yeah, I bet you have.
With you and your attitude.
Okay, mate.
And the way in which you demean callers like me.
Uh-huh.
And the way in which you sing songs, you take a classic and you think you can just twist.
Okie dokie, that's really sad there. It's really sad, isn't it, to hear a once slightly below average caller disappear up his own fundament. That was Gafford there. 0844 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. And it's kind of this period where the phone calls dry up a little bit, and that's fine. And where did the papers go? Did you bring the papers in, Kath? Where are the blooming papers, mate? So I'll have a little look through the papers. You can call in about anything you want, and we can sit and we can talk about stuff, or not, if you want. It's
You tell Mandy keep getting her answer phone.
Mandy, we keep getting your answer phone. Now, there's not a lot in the paper. Oh, I tell you what. No, I tell you what's in the papers, actually. And I can't remember who it was. Someone was retweeting yesterday. Someone was in court yesterday tweeting, not the Pistorius. There's two big stories going on in court at the moment. The Pistorius one, boring. Led Zeppelin, Jimmy Page and Robert Plant are in court, accused of nicking the riff from Stairway to Heaven. Right. I'm not a Led Zeppelin fan, and most of you know this. I think most of you know this. I have never heard Stairway to Heaven, and I will never hear Stairway to Heaven as long as I live. The only bit I've heard two bits, right? Up until a year ago, the only bit I'd heard was, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. It's the only bit I'd ever heard. And then last year I heard a bit, I didn't know, I thought it was a ballad the whole way through. It rocks out apparently, and I heard a little bit of the rocking out. So I'm completely in the dark on this case, but someone was live tweeting from the, if someone knows who that was live tweeting, can you tweet me their name? Because I want to go and have a look at it. The tweets were hilarious. Jimmy Page saying, I don't use the internet. I'm not like you people. Something like that. It was not quite as arrogant as I'm not like other people, I think. I'm not like other people. It wasn't quite as arrogant as perhaps I've made it, sound. And it was fascinating. And he turned up with a guitar. Here's the thing though, Led Zepp fans, right? Apart from the Smiths, every time estranged workers get together after years and years and years to fight a court case, they always end up reforming. Yeah, they always do. They always do. Monty Python did. That's why the Monty Python shows happened, was that last year? The year before? 2 years ago? Blimey. They were good. I enjoyed them. I can't think of any other examples where it's actually happened. All bands sue each other. I know this is another band suing Led Zeppelin, but all bands, the Smiths sued each other, didn't they? The other two. This was about 10 years ago. The other two wanted some money. Spandau Ballet sued each other. The singer, Hadley, sued the guy that wrote all the songs, Gary, I think his name is Gary, because he claimed that he sort of co-written the songs in the studio. He got laughed out of court, as these things often do. The thing about the Led Zeppelin one, right, so they're being sued by a band called Spirit, or at least the representatives of a band called Spirit. I don't know if the band are still alive. I'm aware of Spirit. They're not a very good band, right? They're not. I think they got like 2 or 3 good songs, but generally, they're a little bit ropey. If someone can tweet me the name of that person that was live tweeting from the court, I would love you forever. I know a way of finding it. Meg was doing it. If at Psycho Jello, is that someone who's tweeted it? No, I'll find it during the break. My friend Meg was what got me onto it, and I think her name is Psycho Jello on Twitter. The thing about the spirit thing is, right, the song, it was 40 years ago. Why has it taken them 40 years to go, hey, flippin' heck, man, you know Stairway to Heaven? Yeah. Have you never thought, right, that it sounds a lot like the song that we did? Oh, yeah, now you mention it. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It does. So they're in court, and let me try and dig out that Twitter feed. Got it. At Pamela Chellin is the person who is live. She's a journalist for the LA Weekly and Rolling Stone magazine. And she is live tweeting from the court, but she's got. I really don't like following people on Twitter, and it's. Both Paige and Plant wearing black suits and white shirts with hair tied back. Plant looks intense and stern in the courtroom. # Stairway to Heaven. Judge Clausen describes the discovery process of this case as abominable. Chim Chim Cheree is played in court. Judge asks Paige if it's true it inspired the writing of Stairway to Heaven. Paige replies no. And it goes on, and it's quite an interesting Twitter feed. But Twitter as a whole is quite boring. Lino correctly points out Rick Parfitt's had a heart attack. Now, because it was, which one is Rick Parfitt? Rick Parfitt had triple heart bypass surgery, didn't he? Because he used to do loads of cocaine. I believe that a lot of the first Live Aid was so frenetic because Status Quo were free and easy with their stash, man. They were passing that stuff around. Rick Parfitt's had a heart attack. I went and saw Status Quo about 8 years ago, because their chauffeur used to listen to a show that I did. Bloke called, it was Andrew, wasn't it, I think? Really nice bloke. And he got in touch and he said, do you want to come and see the show? And I said, yeah, I'll go and see the show. It went on for about 3 hours. Now, I'm all for long concerts, but sometimes less is more. 0844 499 1000, by the way. Sometimes less is more. And 3 hours of Quo was perhaps a little bit too much. They were a good band in their day. Late 60s through to about 77. They were a great little band. I've still not seen, what's the movie they made a couple of years ago? Mondo Quo. I've still not seen that. And I would like to see that. I wonder if there is any way I can watch it without paying for it. I mean, I don't want to pay for it. 0844 499 1000. Led Zeppelin's Robert Plant and Jimmy Page have appeared in an LA court to deny stealing elements of 1971 classic Stairway to Heaven from another song. And they have got courtroom artists, man. I mean, it is the worst picture I've ever seen. Well, I mean, Robert Plant is... Jimmy Page, it looks like his face has melted. It is the worst. I would take a picture of it, but if you're watching on Periscope... There you go, guys. Look at that. It is the worst courtroom artist. It's the only thing... We had a courtroom artist on the 11 o'clock show once. It was quite a nice little idea. It was kind of cute. And they would just take sketches throughout the show. I think we did, or maybe we just talked about doing it. Either way, it's a nice idea. But is the The only requirement for being a courtroom artist, 0844 499 1000, is that you're not able to draw very well. You can draw quickly, but not very well. They're all of a certain standard, aren't they? Andrew's on the line. Evening, Andrew.
Hip, hip, hip.
Hip, 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 Andrew. What you got for us, boss?
Just a couple of quickies, but I just want to obviously pass my condolences on to Joe Cox. It's just down the road from me, and it's been really, really weird round here tonight.
Yeah, I bet there's a strange vibe across the whole country, so I imagine if that vibe gets stronger, the closer you are.
It's like an eerie, not silence, but like a numbness that's just around area. It's crazy. It's so horrible.
It
really is.
Such a sad story on just, the basic level that two kids have lost their mum.
Yeah.
A loving husband has lost his wife for no reason whatsoever. And it's gripped everybody. Gripped is perhaps the wrong. It's got a hold of everybody.
Because it just doesn't make sense, and it's something that most people can relate to. Everyone's had a mum. Everyone knows a mum. Everyone's. Do you know what I mean? And it's because I think also, I know you hear a lot when people die, or there were this, that, and other, but she was genuinely a really nice person, and I think that's what really is in hard. Do you know what I mean? It could just happen to anyone.
It could, you don't expect when you send your wife or your girlfriend or your mum or your husband or your son or whatever off to work that, that you expect they're going to come back a bit later on, and it's just such a sad story, and it's, anyway, what else you got for us, Andrew? Thank you for that.
Just two more things. First thing, I think it was yesterday you were saying about Curb Your Enthusiasm getting another series.
It's coming back for Series 9, yes sir.
Well, we've held from watching it, and I'm like, should I, shouldn't I? And I thought...
Oh, mate, come on.
Am I missing out?
Yes!
Is it on Netflix?
I don't think it is on Netflix. You can probably get the box sets for next to nothing of the first few series. It is simply wonderful.
Is it? What sort of... Is it... It's not like Office... Is it Office-style comedy, is it? Or...
What do you mean Office-style comedy?
Well, that whole thing that has been done into the ground, like the mockumentary.
Well, it's kind of like a documentary, but they are unaware that they are being filmed. So it's about his life as the writer of Seinfeld, and his life in Hollywood. He's got the most beautiful wife in it as well, whose name escapes him, but I'm so in love with her. She's got a very busy mouth. And so it's kind of about he's playing himself, and there are famous people in it. Ted Danson is in it. What a revelation that man is.
Right.
Let me give you an example of the humour, right?
Okay.
He goes to write an obituary for his wife's aunt, right? So he goes to the local paper, and it's, dearly beloved aunt, sorry that you passed, you'll be sorely missed by the whole family, something like that, right? He thinks he's done a good thing. He comes back, he goes out, comes back the next day, it's in the papers, and the whole family are there mourning, right?
Yeah.
And he comes in and they give him the look of death, right? And he said, what's wrong? The obituary, Larry. He said, what's wrong with the obituary? I put it in. He says, is this some kind of joke? He says, no, I put the obituary in. He goes, have a listen to this. There's been a printing error, Andrew.
Right.
Instead of aunt, it's got another word that ends UNT.
Yeah.
But what's so beautiful about it is they read it out. Dearly beloved, and they keep saying it over and over and over again, and it's so uncomfortable, but it's wonderful. If you're laughing at that, you're going to love the series, man.
Definitely. And I once, about animals and fights, I once got rugby tackled in the middle of a proper match by a dog. And I'm sure this guy trained, like this pit bully type of thing. Running down wing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he must have trained it to do this every week, just to step out at inappropriate times and took me clean out.
That's outrageous, Andrew. Did you kick the dog?
Yeah, give it a little stud in backside.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, some people like that, Andrew. Some people like that. Let's go to Craig. Stay there. Come to you in a minute. Yes, Mandy.
Hello. Hip, hip, hip.
Hip, hip, hip. Lots of people are suggesting... Hip, hip. Oh, no, actually, one person. Dan says, I describe Curb Your Enthusiasm as 1 foot in the grave with swears. That's exactly what it is, Dan. Thank you. That helps. Yes.
It kind of is, yeah. But, yeah, that's a good analogy.
Yeah,
Excellent.
Yep.
Yeah. We were talking about animals, finding animals in strange places. Not in the house.
Yes.
Not in the house, but I did find a chinchilla in the road. I was driving my car. It was quite a long time ago. I was in a mini metro, so it's a very long time ago. And I was just driving along, minding my own business, saw this thing hopping across the road. I thought, that looks like a very fat squirrel. Stopped the car, and it was a chinchilla.
I don't know. What does a chinchilla look like?
It looks like a really fat squirrel.
Okay, yes, fair point.
Really fat. Yeah, it just looks like a very rounded squirrel, like a kind of cartoon squirrel.
What did you do with it?
And it's a pet. Well, I just scooped it up and took it in the car with me. Looked about, couldn't see that anyone was kind of looking for it. And, yeah, no, I took it home. But then it turned out that I was actually allergic to it. So I ended up, I had terrible asthma, so I ended up having to give it away to my neighbour's child.
Hang on. There's so much wrong with this story. Did you not try and find the owner?
Well, no, I looked around, and there was nobody. There was no one in the immediate vicinity looking for this
Did you take it to the vets to see if it was chipped?
No, it wasn't chipped.
How do you know it wasn't chipped?
This is like 15 years ago.
They had chips 15. They had chips. My cat is 17 years old, right? She's had chips for the last 15 years. 15 years ago, we got a chip when I got her.
I doubt it. I mean, you can buy a chinchilla from a pet shop for £5.
Okay.
I doubt they're going to chip it, really.
All right, fine. Did you take a picture of it and print some flyers up and go and knock on some doors?
No.
I once,
I kind of thought, if you're that negligent to let your chinchilla, which should actually be in a cage, it's not the kind of thing you just have running about your house, because they poo everywhere.
I once arrived at the scene after a cat had been knocked down, right, and everyone was just standing around it, and everyone was standing around it, and I went, "Do you know who the cat belongs to?" No. I said, "Right, well, it's still alive. Is there a vet's nearby?" And some bloke went, "Yeah, there's a vet's round the corner." I went, "Right, I'll take it to the vets then, shall I?" So I scooped up this cat, and it died on the way round. It's very sad. It looked just like mine. Anyway, well, I went back the next day to knock on, and I knocked on a few doors to see if the cat belonged to anybody. I knocked on a few doors, and I went back again a week later to see if there's any flyers up or anything. There wasn't, and I couldn't find it. But at least you could have done is gone and knocked on a couple of doors. So, do you know who owns a chinchilla? Because they would know. Someone would know if they owned a chinchilla.
Well, it was literally opposite the block of flats where I used to live. So I used to go that exact same route every day, and not once did I see a flyer or anything like that around on any lamppost or anything. No, it was just some negligent owner, and unfortunately, which I named Lucky.
Or some unfortunate, sad person who'd lost
unfortunate soul
who'd lost a loving member of the family
that didn't care enough to put a flyer up to say, "I've lost my chinchilla, have you seen it?"
Too heartbroken.
I didn't care.
Too heartbroken, Mandy.
Well, what can I do? What can I do about that?
You could have gone and knocked on some.
That's out of my hands.
Outrageous behaviour.
But that's not the most strange thing I found in the road.
That's not the only animal you've stolen. Okay, right.
No, this animal didn't. No, I found a child in the road. I found a child and his little girl, ginger, gorgeous.
Did you say he was a little girl?
She was a little girl.
Yes.
Curly ginger hair and just a nappy, standing in the middle of the road. And I was probably 20, so this is like 20 years ago. I was 20. Minding my own business, driving to work, and she was leaning on the kind of the partition between a slip road that runs along the side of the A3. I don't know if you know the A3. Leaning on the concrete barrier in between the slip road and the actual A3.
Well, did you steal her as well?
Leg up. I did steal her, but I knocked on doors at this point.
You did for the little girl.
I did.
You did for the little girl, not for the chinchilla. All right, fair enough.
It's opposite, though. Yeah. It's the opposite. I should have just taken her to a police station.
Yeah, they poo everywhere.
They do poo everywhere, but she was in nappy. She had felt tip pen written all over her chest.
Where did she come from?
I knocked on doors until I found the house that she was from, and the door opened, and there's a teenage boy saying, "Oh, there she is." We wondered where she was. She's being looked after by her older sister.
Yeah.
If you see a teenage girl walking around the street, can you tell her to come home? And I was like, "Whoa." I couldn't believe it. And this baby, she was about 18 months old.
her.
She did not want to go back to this teenage boy.
Oh, dear.
And that was the point where I should have been a kidnapper. I should have taken her. I should have taken her straight to the police station. I went straight to the police station.
No, you can't. You can't. You can't put a kiddie in a car and take him to a police station.
If I'd had a mobile phone, if it'd been, if I didn't, there were no mobile phones around at that time. I would have sat in the car, phoned the police, and where I was. But that wasn't a thing. So I passed her back to this teenage boy that she really didn't want to go back with. And then I just drove directly to the police station and reported it. So I don't know what happened there, but
I think, Mandy, we've got to go to a break in a second. I think I'd be quite good at boxing.
Boxing? How's that irrelevant?
Well, it's not. I just saw a picture of. I was just looking online, and I just saw a picture of a boxing ring, and I think I could do it.
How do you think you would react to being punched really hard in the face?
You wear the boxing gloves, so it's not going to hurt that much. It's those boxing gloves are very soft, and you wear a gum shield and stuff, so it wouldn't hurt that much.
I think it would, though. I mean, they get boxed to the point where their eyes get so swollen that they close up. So I think you do get hit pretty hard.
Yeah, I'm not. No, I think I could probably take a punch from a boxing glove. Also, I've got long arms, so they would have to get. They would struggle to get close to me.
Okay. Well, I'm not convinced, but have at it,
Mandy. I will have at it. Thank you. Evening, Craig.
Hi, Ian. How are you?
I'm all right. I just see that David Icke has posted the interview that I did with him on his own YouTube channel.
Excellent. That was a good interview.
It was I'm glad you enjoyed it. I loved it. And lots of people saying nice things, although some people not. Yeah, but they're saying some nice things. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot. I thought he was a nice guy. Bit taller than I thought he would be.
Yeah, he's a goalie, isn't he? So
but I always imagined him to be a wee fella for some reason. But no, he's got to be 5'11", 6 foot. I would have thought. Anyway, he's got hair like Paul Weller, like Paul Weller's got now. That's what I kept thinking a lot when I was.
Oh yeah.
Here's something, right? I don't get jealous, Craig, of other men and their partners, right?
Right.
But there's something in the papers today that it's niggling me. Oh wait, 444991000. It's niggling me in a way I never thought I would, and I'm trying to work out what it is. I'm feeling jealous of someone, Craig.
Oh no.
Do you know who Tom Hiddleston is?
No.
He's an actor, right? He's going to be the next James Bond.
Oh yes, yeah.
He was in The Night Manager, which I never saw.
I never saw that. No. One of these new young stars.
35, so he's not that young, right? Have you seen who he's going out with?
No.
Sorry?
I don't.
Who was that?
That's Periscope saying someone else is on. I'm watching you, though.
He's going out with, the new James Bond is going out with Taylor Swift.
She didn't wait long, did she?
She didn't wait long, splitting up with the other fella who looks like Chris Martin and Mark Zuckerberg combined. She's going out with him. And do you know what? I quite like Taylor Swift, but I never thought I fancied her until I saw the picture of her and Tom Hiddleston at a do, and then they're sat on a beach somewhere. And I felt it can only be described as jealousy.
Yeah, I think we're a bit too old for that sort of...
Well, hang on a minute. He's 35.
Yeah,
he's only 8 years younger than me. 8 years? That's nothing.
Yeah, but she's in her 20s, isn't she?
She's 26.
Yeah, it gets a bit creepy.
It is. I mean, it's inappropriate. It's inappropriate, but there is...
Orlando Bloom was after someone really young. That's Selena Gomez, I think.
Well, how old is Selena Gomez?
Well, she was on Disney doing Disney shows. She must be only about 21, 22.
Well, 21's legal. There's another fellow. There's Hiddleston and Swift sat on a rock having a kiss. It's funny you said that. There was another story, and I didn't write it down. Let me see if I can find it right. A sportsman. Here it is. Olympic hero Lewis Smith. He's taken a pic. He's a gymnast, right?
Yeah, he's a handsome sort of haircut guy.
He's a handsome sort of haircut guy. And he's taken a picture of a very beautiful bottom, right?
His?
No.
Okay.
It's a lady's bottom in a leotard, in a shiny leotard, and she has her hands on her bottom, and she's a gymnast. And he posted this picture. Oh, it's from the 2004 Olympics, right? He posted this picture on Instagram or something, and wrote, "My sport has its moments." Right, he's 27. The bum belongs to a 16-year-old. Now...
In 2004, she was 16?
Well, I guess...
It's tricky, isn't it?
Well, in 2004, yeah, she was 16, and I guess he's just done it. The snap from 2004 Olympics in Athens drew criticism from fans angry over his sexualisation of Carly Patterson.
It's a sordid area.
The bottom is a very sordid area. It's interesting, right? Because it's an amazing bottom, right? But she's 16.
Yeah.
She was 16 when that picture was taken. 16 is legal?
Well, not in America, is it?
Some different in some states. Well, in Spain, it was until recently. 13 was the age of consent.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? What's legal and what's sordid.
Yeah.
It's like Hefner in the Playboy guy, isn't it? Oh, dear.
Someone's saying that Hiddleston is too good for Taylor Swift. Catania said he's far too good for her. Swift looks like she'd taste of cigarettes and sick. Sounds like
she's a country star, isn't she? That's what her
Well, it's actually started. She's a pop star now. I wouldn't mind if Taylor Swift tasted of cigarettes and sick. It's still Taylor Swift, isn't it?
Yeah, I've reached the age where I don't recognise any songs in the charts anymore.
Well, I like Taylor Swift. Shake it up, shake it up.
Oh, I've heard that one, but
shake it up, shake
I
it
wouldn't recognise another one of those.
No, I probably would. What have we called in for, Craig?
Well, I was going to ask about a film. I like Coherence. Have you seen that?
Yeah, Coherence is brilliant. Indie films, people having a dinner party, there's a lightning storm, some of them go to leave to investigate, and it turns out there's like a portal to other dimensions. It's better than I've made it sound. It's absolutely brilliant. It's like a really tense thriller.
Brilliant, yeah. Now, I've seen it because I love all those dimension ones, even more than time travel.
You've seen Triangle, haven't you?
Yes.
Okay, all right, fine.
Oh, such a tragic end.
Oh, mate, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's done like a teen movie, isn't it? In a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like modern film style.
Yeah, it's good that.
But I saw a film that was like Coherence, but it had like teenagers and a pool party, and there was two groups of teenagers appeared.
Hot Tub Time Machine.
No, it wasn't a comedy.
Oh.
And basically, the one guy was trying to go out with the girl, and in the one dimension, the current dimension, she had no chance. He had no chance because she said something that blew it.
Yeah.
But he saw the girl from the other dimension.
Yeah.
Didn't say the thing that blew it. She went out with him, so he killed his double from the other dimension.
Yeah, which you can do. You're allowed to kill your doubles in other dimensions. Of course, you're parallel universes.
But for the life of me, I can't remember what that film is.
I saw a film that was time travel, but then it brought in alternate dimensions as well. It was on. It was all right. Called Synchronicity. It was on Netflix.
All right.
It's all right. I would give it a 5.6 out of 10.
Was that the one that was going to be like a pilot for the?
No. That's the one where they go into this building. There's this big building, isn't it? When the bells chime or something, the siren goes off. They're in another dimension. That was flipping brilliant.
So you haven't seen the teenage film?
No, mate, and I can't see it now because you cannot, for the life of you, remember the name of the blooming thing, Craig. What use is that to me?
I know, and it's literally been months and months I've been trying to find it, typing in descriptions, everything I remember about it, and all the ones that come up is coherence.
Yeah.
The best book I ever read, Philip K. Dick, because I know you like the World War II one, don't you? The TV show.
What?
You like the TV show that he did?
The Man in the Iron Castle, Man in the Big Castle.
High Castle, yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
That's a good book.
Is it good? Does the book end?
Yeah.
All right, fine. In that case, I'm going to order it, because I can't be bothered to wait for the rest of the series to come on. That's going to be one of those... A friend of mine is a friend of Rufus Sewell, the star of The Man in the High Castle.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and he said... oh, this series is going to run and run and run. I'm thinking, oh, man, I'm not wasting my time with that then, so I'm going to give up on it. But it's good. The first series I saw was good, but you can see that they're just going to let it run forever.
Philip K. Dick's my favourite sci-fi, because he deals with all, is it your mind or is it reality stuff?
Oh, yeah.
But the best book he's ever written, in my opinion, is Man in the High Castle. No, sorry.
Hang on.
Yeah. Which one did you...
The Man in the High Castle, yeah. What? You've just blown
sorry, The Man in the High Castle is a TV show. My favourite book is Flow My Tears, The Policeman Said, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it's about a policeman, and he's living his life, and things are going a bit weird.
Yeah.
And he gets arrested. I won't spoil it.
Well, don't spoil it.
Ever read it?
I'm gonna read it.
Okay. It's the best. I won't spoil it.
What's it called? I'm going to order it now. What's it called?
Flow My Tears, The Policeman Said.
Flow My Tears?
Yeah.
All right. So would it be fair to say, Craig, that you love a bit of Dick?
Yeah.
Could you say, my name is Craig and I love a bit of Dick?
No.
Go on.
No, you're not going to cut that, thank you.
Craig's been listening for a while. Childish, I know. I think I'm going to have to sign up for Amazon Prime again, because the postage is a killer on these things. Ah, dearie me. 79 quid just to get free postage, but I order so much rubbish. Simon, stay there. We'll come to you after the news, and then once we finish speaking to Simon, we will take calls straight to air for the last hour of the show. As you were.
Talk Radio.
Okay, we'll take calls straight to air for the last hour of the show, as is our want. Don't call yet. If you want to see what's happening, go to periscope.tv/Iain Lee. IAINLEE. This is Talk Radio. This is the news.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Yes, Simon.
Good evening. Hip, hip, hip.
Hip, 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 Simon.
How are you?
I'm jealous of this new James Bond and Taylor Swift. It's just,
She's getting about a bit.
Well,
I don't mean to.
Hey, don't badmouth
I don't mean to
Taylor.
be using the sort of the hypocrisy and what.
She's a 25-year-old multi-millionaire pop star.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If surely male or female, you should be putting it around. If you live in the dream. A 25-year-old multi-millionaire pop star should be doing whatever, all kinds of shenanigans. Good on her.
I was reading in BuzzFeed earlier that they've deleted all her and Calvin Klein or whatever his name was. Have deleted all their Instagram photos.
Oh, that means the relationship's really over. All the Instagram photos are deleted.
Yeah,
deleted, gutted. But it turns out I've got a soft spot for her, and I never realised that until I felt jealousy when I was looking at pictures of her today.
I spoke to you the other week there about the Ryan Adams cover of her album, which is really good.
Oh yeah.
Which
legs up.
Don't like her, but the album itself's okay.
Oh, I've just got the Sun headline on the story. It's quite clever. So it's her kissing.
Taylor snogged a spy.
Tinker Taylor. Saying she's a bit of a tinker. Tinker Taylor snogs a spy, because he's going to be the new James Bond.
That's quite good.
Ooh, I'd call her Tinker Taylor. Anyway, let's stop, because I'm 43 years old. I'm literally old enough to be her dad, or her older lover.
Or a dirty uncle.
Or well, yes, exactly, so no. What you got for us, Simon?
I was just interested to hear that you're thinking about boxing.
Yeah, I think I'd be good in the ring.
Have you ever been fisted in the ring?
Steady. I did, about 8 years ago, I got into boxercise, and I had a personal trainer called Luke, who was such a lovely bloke, but he was nuts, right? And he was full on. And I did a bit of boxercise with him, and I felt powerful when I occasionally managed to slip one in and connect with his face, connect my fist with his face, and it felt powerful.
So you have fisted the man before?
Yeah, all right. Two is a sackable offence. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
Hey, Deanie, you alright?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, you had a good day?
Up and down.
Ah, fair enough. When does it get worse for you? Like nights?
Sorry?
When does it get worse for you? Like at night, midday?
It varies. There is no constant. When does it get worse for you?
Always at night.
Any reason? Any reason?
No, I haven't had an event at night that's like a trigger, if that's what you mean. No, it just really kicks off at night really quickly.
I tend to. I felt low yesterday when I was driving home. It suddenly, like the wall of loneliness hit me. As I was driving home. I felt miserable. And it's someone, a couple of people, Vaughan and a couple of others said, is it the high of performing and that come down? It wasn't that, and I don't think it was that. And I'm tending to sleep a lot. I didn't wake up till like 1 o'clock today, and that means that's kind of like a result, because it means I've missed half the day.
Yeah.
That's not a way to live a life, though, is it?
No, that's not fair. I woke up about 12:30 today, and it's just like, that's sick, because I stay up until, until I blank out to sleep, because, you just can't get to sleep.
It's tough, isn't it? Life. I had an all right day today, because I woke up at 1 and I made myself get up, and I made myself go. I'm really making myself go and sit in Cafe Nero with my laptop and do some work, even if it's just sending off a few emails. I'll have a cup of coffee and cake.
Yeah, have they got Wi-Fi in there?
They got free Wi-Fi, man. Yeah, totally.
Oh my God!
Get in there, man.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about tonight, Ian?
I'm not talking about anything in particular. If you've ever had a fight with an animal, ever had a strange animal in your house, or anything else you want to call up about, you know the score, man.
When I was very young, we've always had dogs in the family that are like very friendly, very careful. So I'm used to like being up in their face and probably pestering them a bit, but like that, and then they give that in love as a response.
Yeah.
So we went to someone's house.
Steady on. That's a yellow card.
Gracious me!
Where did that come from?
I'll take the yellow. I have no idea.
It's okay. We dumped it. You would have heard it on the Periscopers. Would have heard it. Congratulations. That's one of the joys.
Did you get it?
We got the dump. Don't you worry about that.
All right. I apologise to absolute. To the talk radio execs.
Your mind's travelling through time, man.
I know.
Absolute. That was 6 years ago.
Jesus, I don't know. I'm floating. I'm on.
Yeah.
I'm on greats. What was I saying?
Pitbull.
Oh, so this pitbull.
Yeah.
This pitbull. Yeah. So I was being all probably annoying to them, but all lovey-dovey in their face and stuff. And it bit through the top of my lip.
Whoa, dude!
It
right the way through?
Yeah, no, yeah. So the entire tooth came through the top of my lip.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Nah, luckily it was only one, so it wasn't like a whole part of my face was missing. It was just a hole. I felt like one of those youths wear these days through their noses and through their lips.
Yes. Immediately rushed to hospital.
Oh, I went and had tetanus and all that just in case.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know their dog, and I don't know how new it was to them as a family, but I don't want to get tetanus off someone off of a dog.
That's horrible, man.
Yeah, it wasn't good. But do you know what? NHS, thank them.
Yeah.
Because it looks fine. You would never know. There's no...
My eldest, when he was 4, was running around the kitchen, and he would not stop running around the kitchen! And he slipped on some water, and he landed face down, and he bit his two front teeth, went through his lip. Literally through his lip, and there was that hole that you talked about, and we were there, and because his lip was just hanging off, and you could see a hole through it, and we had to take him to hospital. I had to take him to hospital. Poor thing. He was such a good boy. And the first hospital, they said, right, well, we can do it with a local anaesthetic. I said, you can try. He's a 4-year-old boy. There is no way you're going to sew his lip up while he's awake. I guarantee it.
No.
And so I'm sat with him, holding him on the anaesthetist chair, and they put the cream on, and they tried to put and of course they couldn't. And they said, you'll have to go and, do a general anaesthetic, but we don't do it here. You'd have to go to another hospital 20 miles away.
You what?
Yeah, so we had to...
don't do it here.
My poor little boy, so we had to jump in a cab, and they did it, and it was, there was... and you couldn't tell that he'd been through it. It's an
amazing.
Adventure. It's an adventure. Hey, listen, man, thank you...
NHS, that is an adventure.
Oh, yeah, it's just an adventure.
Iain.
Thank you. Have we spoken before? We haven't, have we?
I spoke to you last night. That was it.
Oh, what did you call in about last night?
I was talking about, I'm on... Stikrabam.
Oh, I got you. I got you, man. So I'm sorry, I didn't make the connection. As soon as I do the show, I just I dump it from my mind.
You should.
You're on like day 4 or 5 of them, aren't you?
Yeah. Not too deep into them, but still heading in the right direction.
Hang in there, man, and keep in touch with your doctor. And I wish you the best of luck, brother.
My name's Tyler. You can forget it if you want, but
I will forget it. But my team are going to type your name into the system.
King Eid
is going to type your name into the system, Tyler, so that next time you call in, we'll remember. Do you have the technology to do that, Catherine? Beautiful. Let's go to line 1. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Hip hip hip.
Hip hip hip.
I'll do. Yes, it was just to. I've been attacked by an animal. I've had an animal attack.
Well, okay, look, I've got to specify, and we'll take this call with pleasure. Of course we will. People can call in about anything. But if we want to play the topic game is, have you ever had a fight with an animal? Did you fight this animal?
Well, I had to fight off many animals in this situation. There was, think on.
Go on then.
But I live in a coastal town, so we get a lot of seagulls about and where I used to live.
Oh, here we go,
basically, I had a maze net looking down onto like a back alley, quite a small little yard, and there was a large commotion coming, lots of cawing and flapping and... That's the kind of thing. But amplify that many times. And had it start going towards the window, saw the odd bird flying past the window, wanted to see what it was, and had a look out, and basically it was a young seagull, a singlet, or is that a...
Cygnet? Are they cygnets?
Cygnet, that's the one.
Well, I don't know, are they? As a seagull, baby seagull? No, there's a different word for a baby seagull, I think. I don't think they are
know they're
cygnets.
The grey ones, because white seagulls are the adults, it's the grey ones that are the infants.
Okay, yes.
But basically one of them had fallen in our relatively small yard and couldn't get out.
Yes.
So I took it upon myself to go out and save the poor little single.
And I bet hell rained down on you from the adult birds.
I had a sneaky suspicion such a thing would happen, so I wrapped myself in a kind of Michelin-style jacket. Other tyre-based jackets are available. And just basically went out and I was dive-bombed left, right and centre. Seagulls coming at me, and I was very pleased that I had this jacket on, just purely for the basis that without it I would have had some quite severe injuries.
Were they making contact with you and slamming into you?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I was feeling the as well, because I had to unlock the back gates, so I was getting pelted. I had this little seagull. At the time, I was just trying to manoeuvre it with a bit of. I had a bit of MDF type wood, not in a threatening manner, more in a kind of
self-defense,
shepherding manner.
Shepherding.
Well, no, shepherding. Okay. I was shepherding whilst covering with one hand.
Yes.
But yeah, managed to get it out there. Then I ran in. It all settled down. So I felt.
You're a marked man now. You're a marked man. They'll be watching you.
Well, you say that, but I think there was the certain run and rush afterwards, and as I say, the seagulls all about here. I mean, certain people around these parts don't quite like the seagulls. They see them as akin to the rat.
Yeah.
But I'm all right by them. But you can generally quite easily get a pooping on the head going about, and I haven't been pooped on since that incident. So
well, maybe they understood what you're doing. Thank you for that. Maybe they got the fact that you were trying to rescue one of their young ones, so they decided not to poop on your head. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
Hello, Mr. Lee.
Hello.
Hip, hip, hip.
Hip, 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 line 2.
It's Lee, or L. Stacey, from Twitter.
L. Stacey
two things.
Twitter, yes.
Firstly, your on-hold music is rubbish. Why don't you just feed your play-out system into it?
Because I have absolutely no say over it whatsoever, but thank you for letting me know. I don't know why. It would make sense to pay the output. I don't know why that is.
Yeah. Anyway, that's not the main reason for my call.
Oh.
The main reason for my call was I have had a fight with a swan.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Let's hear your fight with a swan story, please.
I'm an angler, and swans are occasionally quite aggressive when they've got cygnets. And they do occasionally just wander up onto the bank and have a go.
Yeah.
And I wanted to dispel a myth. There's a myth that a swan can break your arm or break your leg with its wing.
Yes.
It's not true.
Okay.
It hardly even hurts. They just peck a bit and flap a bit, and they're just birds.
Oh, sorry.
So
it wasn't. You just shooing them away does not count as a fight with a bird.
Well, it does. I mean, they haven't.
You can't shoot them. Regular shooing them. You shooed them away.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's not a fight with a. It's not a fight with a bird. Shoo. That's the sort of thing my mum would do.
Well, I'm not gonna punch it back, am I?
Coward. 0844 499 1000. Call straight to Airline 1. You're on the wireless.
Oh my god, okay, this is weird. Hello.
Hello. What's weird?
My name is Shireen. I've never called before. I've only been listening for like 2 weeks.
Oh, well, okay. It is weird, you're right. How did you find the radio station?
Oh, through 2 of my friends.
Okay, all right.
They're obsessed with you.
Oh, in a good way or a bad way?
No, in a good way.
Okay, well, that's fine. What you called in for?
Well, you were kind of like talking about pets and stuff.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking, and I was thinking about like my best friend's cat, that basically whenever anyone went to her house, the cat just automatically knew someone was coming and would go by the door, open her legs and start licking.
A psychic sexual cat.
Yeah.
That's, I'm literally rendered speechless at the horror of that description.
Well, I always found it funny.
Cats really do like licking their downstairs, don't they? I suppose if you could, you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I guess so.
I
was
would.
thinking she might be my spirit animal, I think.
Oh. Well, what would it... what does a spirit animal mean?
Well, no, like, kind of... Like, I can kind of relate. Well, not quite.
Sorry?
But
What every time you hear someone walking up the drive, you nip down the front, lift up your skirt and try and get your head down there?
No, I mean, like, she's kind of like, you've arrived. I don't really care. Look at what I'm doing.
I see, yeah.
You know? She's like, I don't care. I'll do what I like. Who are you?
In some ways, you've got to respect them. The worst thing about pets is the dogs, like bigger dogs, not smaller dogs. They can't reach a man's groin, right, when he's stood up. But when you go in someone's house and they've got a dog and it just starts sniffing your balls, and you just think, oh, for crying out loud. Do you know what I mean?
I've had someone's dog try and go up my dress before. That wasn't fun.
What, from behind? To try and mount you?
No, like, from the front.
There's many videos of women being mounted by dolphins. Many videos of that.
Jesus.
Yeah, exactly my reaction. Hey, listen, what was your name again? Shireen. Who are your friends who got you into the show?
One of them called last week.
Oh yeah, what did she say?
You remember Kate? Oh, she was that, like, well, I don't want to say angry. The first message she left was a bit like, and then she called to talk about roller derby.
Oh, flipping it! You're not part of the roller derby posse, are you? Where women just go around in roller boots and beat the crap out of each other.
See, she didn't quite explain it.
I've seen the videos, Shireen. I'm not criticising. I quite like watching women in roller boots going around beating each other up. There's something of the cat licking its genitals about it. But no, well, it looks like an interesting sport, and I look forward to the Olympic Committee acknowledging it at one of the Olympics.
Well, you never know. You
never know. Thanks for calling, and thank you very much indeed. I mean, it's an unusual sport. But as sports go, 0844 499 1000. As sports go, I can think of worse ones to watch. What's the film? What's the film where they do that? It's not Death Race 2000. Is it Death Race 2000 where it's James Caan? Is it James Caan or is it Stallone? Really early 70s film. Line 1. Is it Death Race 2000? Oh, they've gone. Where it's that sport, like roller derby, but they kill each other. They die. Oh, look, Tyler's just sent me a message. Sorry for swearing. That's all right, Tyler. That's all right, Tyler. Don't worry about that, mate. Is it funny that you build up these pictures of people in your head and Tyler looks nothing like I imagined. Rollerball. That was it. Who was in it? Was it James Caan was in it? And they go around and they kill each other. And it's this very violent game, and it's a great film. Yes, line 1.
Swans are much harder than seagulls. That's all I have to say.
Thanks for calling.
Thanks.
Hang up whenever you're ready.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Go on, bye-bye. Yeah, I think swans are harder than seagulls. They're vicious. Where we live near the river, and we go and feed the ducks, and the swans always they always try and muscle in on the scene. Oh, I've been sent a picture of a chinchilla. What the flipping heck is that? Is that a real animal? That's outrageous. I'm going to retweet that. And I think that may have been Lee that called him, because Lee's tweeted me. Shepherding a seagull counts, but fending off a swan gets me cut off. Swans are much harder than seagulls. Yeah, but all you did was you just shooed them away, mate. That's not fighting a swan. Yes, line 1.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me, cocked your head to the side and said, I'm angry 5 days since you laughed at me, saying get back together, come back and see me. 3 days since the living room. I realised it's all my fault, but couldn't tell you yesterday you'd forgiven me, but it'll still be 2 days till I say I'm sorry. Hold it now and watch the hood thing, 'cause I'll make you stop. Think you're looking at aquaman. I summon fish to the dish. Although I like the chalet Swiss, I like the sushi 'cause it's never touched a frying pan hot like wasabi. When I bust rhymes big like that, and rhymes because I'm all about value. Bert Kempfrit's got the mad hits. He tried to match wits. He tried to hold me, but I bust through.
The better clubs can run the kind with tiny nubs, just so my irons are always flying off the backswing. You hit into my Sailor Moon, 'cause the cartoonist got the boom anime babes to make me think the wrong thing. How can I help it if I think you're funny when you're mad?
That's what the robot lady was trying to achieve. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
Yeah, Ian.
Hey, Tyler, great to hear you. I recognise your voice straight away.
Perfection.
Thank you,
to
man.
a T.
Yeah. What you got for us, boss?
I'm curious. Well, I'm just curious about, you said that that's not how you expected me to look, and I suppose that rung true in you as well, because I remember back to the Lubbock days, and you were on Mastermind.
Celebrity Mastermind, which I won. I won that. I beat Scott Mills.
Yeah, I remember you won, yeah. Oh, you were not. And, oh no, wait, I've actually got that wrong. You were on The Weakest Link.
I won that as well.
Yeah, no, I was confused because you said you beat, and I don't remember that. No, I remember you on The Weakest Link.
Yes.
And I just imagined you as, like, a black man. Because you've got this, like, rich, deeper tone to you. Do you know what I mean?
Do I sound like a black man?
You do.
Well, no, I don't think anyone's ever thought I was a black man before. But I like that.
No,
I love that. Yeah, go on.
You've got a very rich, deep voice, I think.
Can I say a skill, right, that I have,
go on.
right, that some people will be offended at this skill, but I'm going to say it. I am an expert at telling from a phone call if someone is a black person, an Asian person, or a white person.
Really?
I can do it. Every time! Every time. I'm unbeatable.
Okay?
Okay.
We're going to say again, okay?
Well, don't do a voice. Don't do a voice.
No.
I tell you what surprised me about you is you've got very, very powerful hair.
Thank you very much.
Powerful hair, man. Very strong hair.
Yeah. I had my hair cut the other day.
It's powerful. Your Twitter picture, I'm not going to say avatar, your Twitter picture, your hair in it is powerful. Use that power wisely, young man.
How did you think I was going to look? That's what I'm curious of.
I'm normally really good with ages. I thought you're older than that.
Really?
Yeah. I'm normally excellent with ages. I would thought you were about 28, 29.
Really?
Yeah. What, you 17?
Just by pure... Yeah, I'm 17. Yeah.
No.
There you go.
Oh, you see?
Wow.
You're carrying the weight. You've got an old soul, and I say that as a compliment. You have an old soul in a young body.
No, I take that. Yeah, no, I take that. Hopefully not in that sort of way.
No, we take it in whatever sort of way you want to take it. It's you know, it is what it is. 0844 499 1000. Busy night tonight. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Hip, hippity hip.
Hip, hippity hip.
How you doing, Ian?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Hungry, man. Hungry.
Have a Big Mac.
I don't think I'd go past any 24-hour Mackie D's. There's a petrol station I'll stop off at. It's a nice one. Mark's is a petrol station. I'll stop off there.
You famous, man. Get them to open one for you.
Like Michael Jackson walking through Harrods at 2 o'clock in the morning. You get him to open a Mackie D's for me. That's probably about the level of it. Yeah, I'll have a word with the clown, see what we can do.
That's what you've been up to?
Slept a bit today. Got up, went and posted some Monkey CDs and a load of comics to my sister in New Zealand because she's going to go and see the Monkeys, and so I said I'd make her a couple of CDs, and I get this comic for it's a really good comic actually called The Phoenix. It's like quite creative, one of those creative comics. There's another one we get called Okido, which is good. But The Phoenix is for my niece and nephew, and they get sent to me because it's cheaper to send it to me, and then I kind of forward it on to them. And I haven't sent it for months, so I had this big stash of comics to send to them. So I did that. Oh, I tell you what I had to do, flipping it. I had to go and get Well, I had to go and see the bank. I've forgotten all about this. I had to go and see the bank today to try and get a loan, right? We need a lot of money. And in the end, we decided... Well, in the end, we decided it was better to remortgage our house. We've remortgaged our house because I needed to buy 2 ink cartridges for my printer. Flippin' heck, man! What did 2 ink cartridges? It's just the black ones. There's 2 black ink cartridges. What's that all about? It cost me about 35 quid! For 2 ink cartridges for a printer! Flipping heck! And the kids go and print off, like, loads of pictures and certificates and stuff. And I don't want to say, could you not print stuff because it costs a fortune? But flipping heck, man, it costs a fortune. So when I go and print an actual document that I've got to sign, like a tax thing I had to sign, I couldn't print it off because there was no ink in there.
There's a company online that does it pretty cheap. My daughter gets it from there.
And then the woman said, I took in the 2 old ones, and the woman said, do you want to get 50 pence back on each one? And I went, yes, I do! Flipping it, yes, I do!
It's like taking the old pop bottles back, isn't it, years ago?
Yeah, exactly, the old pop bottle. Do you want to get 50 pence? Yes, I do, I got a quid back! Flip, it's unbelievable the amount. It's true that ink in cartridges is more expensive in weight than gold.
Oh.
That's true. That is true. That's a fact.
Good. How's your family in New Zealand? How are they getting on?
Yeah, who cares about those losers?
Oh.
Sorry, hang on. Yeah, they're getting on well. They're all right. I miss them. They miss me. They might be listening now. Hello, Joe, if you're listening. Although she's been quiet on Twitter, so I'm guessing she's not listening. But hello, Joe. Hello, kids. But they're going to go see the Monkees in November, and then the kids are going to phone up and give us a review of the show. So that's something to look forward to. I don't know if the kids have got any idea who the Monkees are. My boys obviously do. But I grew up watching the Monkees, so when I was a kid I knew who they were, but I don't think Dylan and Pepper know who they are, so it'll be interesting to see if they enjoy it or not. I think they will.
There's a new CD out, I think it's mixed by the Monkees, the Beach Boys.
What?
I think it's a mix. It was on TV today on an advertisement. It's like got the Beach Boys and Monkees and some other old groups.
Wow, wowzers! I believe that. Yes, it will. Wow. Yeah. You're right, man. You sound a bit lethargic, tired.
No, well, I will phone you on Monday from America.
Oh!
Saturday.
Whereabouts are you going? New York.
Well, we're going to Vancouver first.
Well, that's Canada, mate.
Yeah.
Yes,
and then we're going to
wrong country.
Then we're going to Seattle.
Seattle.
Wedding.
Seattle.
On the 25th.
I went to Seattle. It rains a lot in Seattle. Here's Seattle facts for you, right? I went there. It rains a lot in Seattle. It is where the offices of Microsoft are.
I know.
Kurt Cobain from Nirvana, the grunge scene started there. And the master, Bruce Lee, is buried there.
Is he?
Yeah, and I walked...
Anyway, you know if you phone after 12. You know if you phone after 12.
Yeah.
Right. I get charged for that, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate my brother-in-law. I'll phone from his house after 12.
You're gonna... Oh, yeah, phone from... Yeah, that'll do it. That'll cost an absolute fortune. Thank you, Manny. What a mean person he is. Isn't he mean? I like that, though. I like that. He's honest. Mean and honest, Manny. Yes, line 2. Hello? If you're talking, we can't hear you. No? Okay. Try again, because we cannot hear you. 08444991000 is the telephone. Oh, they're trying again. Look, let's try now. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Hello?
We can hear you.
Hey, how you doing, Ian? It's Rocky, it's Edinburgh.
Hey, Rocky, how's it? I might be coming to Edinburgh soon.
I know, I've seen it on Twitter today. That was part of the reason for my phone. And what brings you up here, like?
I might be coming to the festival to do a couple of shows. I'm doing a new podcast, right, for a company. And it's like a panel show, and the plan is to come up to Edinburgh and record 4 of them at the festival. And then I'm thinking, while I'm up there, I'm going to try and get a couple of slots to do the show that I did last year, Iain Lee versus Radio, which is like my solo show. So I could be up for a weekend and cramming in like 6 shows over the space of 3 days.
Well, there's a taxi driver here willing to ferry you around the city for a very competitive price.
Not free. He's a he's a proper Scotsman.
We'll discuss that off there.
It's a tiny city, Rocky. You don't need a cab. You can walk it. You can walk it.
I know, but the population of the city more than doubles during the festival. I've told you that before. It might be a tiny city, but it's trying to get from A to B. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
That's a hardship. Listen, I'll tell you what I'm phoning for, mate. It's, I've explained before to you that initially, I'd heard you or saw you at 11 o'clock show, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But up here in Scotland, after you sort of finished with the TV to a certain extent, obviously you were making your career down south, LBC. I mean, where is this 3 Counties radio? I keep hearing you talking about that.
I don't remember where it is. It's kind of south somewhere. I don't really remember it. I've blotted that from my... Exactly.
It's no important, right? But I'll tell you what. So, obviously, and I explained to you, I've got my new taxi with a DA radio, and now you're back in my life, right? If you can indulge me for a wee second, right? I'll tell you what, my initial... sort of, no assessment, that's the wrong word. My initial impression of you, right, from what I've heard for the last few weeks, and maybe, what is it, 2 months, 2.5 months, something like that, you're a good broadcaster, right? You're an amiable guy, right? You wear your heart on your sleeve. I don't know if there's any other talk show hosts that, talk about their own life in such depth.
I think I talk too much.
No, I don't know. It makes you know what? It brings a personal touch. I feel if you were to jump in my taxi, I would feel like I genuinely knew you. You know what I mean? Because you do wear your heart on your sleeve. And if you think has anybody ever told you that you say too much?
Some people have said that I say too much. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It makes for a good host, right? But a couple of things keep popping up, and it's slightly annoying me, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, and obviously you've talked quite openly about sort of battles with depression and whatnot. I don't know if this is a byproduct of that, right? I've never been there. I wonder, do you struggle with sort of self-confidence?
Yeah, completely. Oh yeah. I've got low self-esteem, low self-confidence, and I hate myself.
Are you kidding? Or are you,
no, I'm being completely straight with you, yeah.
Right, but the only reason I ask is, you've mentioned it a couple of times with Richard Terran. Oh, he intimidates me, intimidates me.
Oh, yeah.
And then, again tonight with this, sorry, I don't know the lady in question, is it Miranda Sawyer?
Oh, Miranda Sawyer, yeah.
You could not bring yourself to meet her.
No,
and I'm sitting here thinking, now as I say, obviously I don't know you as well as Russ and Caddick and all these guys.
Yeah.
They've obviously, built a relationship. But I'm sitting here thinking, based on what?
Please don't say I've built a relationship with Caddick. That really just... I think I've got a relationship.
Do you know what I mean? As I say, maybe I'm missing something here, because we've only been in touch, if you like, for a few months.
Yeah.
But I can't see why you should be intimidated by anyone. You know what I mean? Because I think you're good at what you do. You're a decent boy. Obviously, you rip the tea for people occasionally, as and when it's required.
Yes.
But you are decent in your field. You're good at what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not here to blow smoke up your ass, but I do think that you're a very good broadcaster. The medium of radio suits you probably better than the confines of the TV.
Yep, definitely.
But as I say, I don't know, and that's why I'm asking you, is this sort of low self-esteem, is this attached to your depression?
It's all, man, you've called in the last 15 minutes of the show. We could talk about this for hours. It's all linked in. Yeah, of course, it's all linked in, and it stems from, things that happen in childhood and things that happen as an older person. It stems from lots of things.
But I'll tell you what, I bet you if you were to ask your two boys to describe you, they would say you were the best man on the planet.
Oh, don't, because I'm going to Rocket. I'm going to start crying. And I don't want to start crying the last 15 minutes of the show.
Well, not
Bless
a
you.
problem. And I'll phone you again next week. And
Please do, mate.
We'll get a wee crack next week.
Please do,
mate,
mate. I appreciate your call. Thank you very much. We're having a really busy night tonight on the phones. I hope you're logging this and sending this to the other shows. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Hip, hip, hip.
Hip, hip, hip.
Seagulls are much harder than swans. They hunt in much bigger packs. They have aerial as well as ground-based attacks, and they have a carrion-like beak, unlike a swan, which literally just swans about the place and has a little kind of flat, kind of claspy beak. So, just that, really.
Thank you very much indeed. Line 3, you're on the wireless.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, you're on the air.
Hello, you all right? Sorry, I'm not actually listening tonight.
Doesn't matter.
That's
the joy of this show. This is, I think, the only phone-in show in the world where you don't need to be listening to phone in and contribute.
Right, nice one. Okay. Well, I'm just ringing up because I've had a little boy today.
Hey, fantastic!
Yeah, little Blake he's called, and I just wanted to announce him over the airwaves so maybe I can show him when he's older.
Beautiful, beautiful. Is this your first one?
It's my first one, yeah.
Beautiful. And everyone's...
my girlfriend's third.
Everyone's
happy and sound, yeah.
And healthy and well and all of that?
Yeah, brilliant.
Is that him in the background?
Really good. Yeah, that's him.
I heard to go. Let's have a little listen to him. Was he awake?
Yeah, he's doing the on.
There he is, listen. There he is. That's actual magic.
There you go.
That's beautiful, man.
Cried yet?
Oh, he will. He will. Don't worry. Eventually, he will a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, that's magic. Congratulations.
Thank you. Cheers, Ian.
Nice one.
Okay.
Take care. Ta-ta. There we go. After a really crappy day, there you go. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Beautiful. That's lovely. Thank you for that, mate. God, you can hear the emotion in his voice. It reminds you of when your kids are born. You know, suddenly there's an extra person in the room. That was lovely. Thank you, man. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Congratulations to the previous caller.
Yeah, not nice. What a lovely, horrible day. What a lovely way to end the show with that. Fantastic.
I'm super chuffed for him.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you, mate.
Beautiful.
Hip, hip, hip.
Hip, hip, hip.
How's it going, Ian?
Yeah, good, thank you, man. Good. I'm hungry. I'm going to stop off on the way home and get some food. But I'm groovy, man. The show's been all right tonight. A lot of phone calls in the last hour, which is always a joy. So I'm good. Yeah. How you doing?
Long time caller, first time. No, long time listener, first time caller.
My favourite thing on phone-in shows, and it happens more often than you think, is when as a host I go, "Hello, Steve, you're on the line. Steve, what would you like to say?" And Steve would then go, "Hello, Steve. Oh no, hang on. Hello, Ian." And with the number of times the caller gets their own name wrong is wonderful. Yeah. Wonderful.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an adrenaline rush, isn't it?
Yeah, it's terrifying. I'm just putting my shoes on while I talk to you. I do the show without my shoes on.
No worries. Get your shoes on, and I'll just take control. You
take control, buddy.
Yeah, good. Yeah, no, like I said, long time listener, first time caller. The Periscopers appreciate you, and we're just. Yeah, I'm just repping the Periscopers pretty much. That's what I've phoned up to do.
Oh, good for you. How long you been listening?
Just to let you know how much of a legend you are.
Yeah, get out of here. How long you been listening for?
Well, Ian, I used to follow you on Twitter a long time ago, and then there was one day. Do you remember when you pulled off that little troll where you were like, "Oh, I just killed a zebra or some shit"?
Man, yeah, I got in so much trouble for that. I was it was in the holidaying in the New Forest, right? And I was bored, so on Twitter, I pretended I was on safari, and that I'd shot a zebra and I cut off its hoof as a fascinator for my mum, right?
Yeah.
And this went on all day and all day, and people getting really annoyed by it, and I couldn't quite understand it. In the end, my agent at the time phoned me up and said, "Can you stop doing that? Because you're doing yourself no favours whatsoever." And I thought it was quite funny, but people got quite upset. Did we fall out over that nonsense?
Yeah, I was one of the guys that bit to your
mate.
bait, and I was like, "Oh, you absolute idiot. Why would you do that? And I totally fell for the bait, and I was giving you grief on Twitter.
Good for you.
And then it was like, oh, but Ian Lee's a vegetarian.
I was like, at the time,
yeah, I was like, oh, well, yeah, obviously he is just trolling people, but I guess I was.
It was a stupid prank, and I'm sorry if we had words about it. I tend to lose my... I tended to lose my temper, so I'm sorry if we had a go. But I honestly thought it was
I don't want to sound like I've got beef. But
no,
there was a while I didn't follow you on Twitter because of that. And
I honestly thought it was so fantastical that no one was ever going to believe I'd paid... I think I said I'd paid like 12 grand to shoot a zebra or something. I thought no one was ever going to believe that. But some people did.
No,
and I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's water under the bridge,
Yeah. Good.
Just been out for a few beers tonight, so got a little bit of courage to phone up tonight. So
well, you did brilliantly. I hope we... anything else you want to say? Because I'm going to try and squeeze in a couple more calls before the end of the show.
Yeah, no, go for it, man. Just say that's me, Lanky Marlow on Periscope.
Nice one, man. Thank you very much indeed. I'm glad you called. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
Okay, so first of all, swans are owned by the Queen. And seagulls are owned by nobody.
Anything else?
You're welcome.
Thank you very much indeed. The Queen only owns 50% of the swans, I found out the other day. And bridges over rivers, right? You'll often see bridges over rivers have got a red crosses all across them. Do you know what they're for? For the swans. The swans can't see the bridges, but they can see red really, really well, and it stops them flying into it. Well, that's what the man on the duck boat tour said. Line 2, you're on the radio.
Swans have got massive teeth, they breathe fire, they've got 16 eyes, they've got 12 legs, and they wear boxing gloves. I mean... They are hard.
Thank you very much indeed. And I'm being reminded of another prank I did on Twitter. Ray, your other prank was the severed hand photo. I was digging up the front garden. I'm retweeting the photo now. Thank you for that. I was digging up the garden and I was bored. So I buried my hand and took a picture of it and said, I've just found a severed hand in the garden. Everyone believed it. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
All right, Ian, it's Dodgepot McDougall here.
Hello, Dodgepot McDougall, yes.
All right, how's it going?
Yeah, good, thank you. What you got for us?
Oh, I don't know if I can answer that question, mate.
Oh, I see, a little bit very Dodgepot. Have you got anything a little bit naughty going?
I don't think I can answer that either, mate.
Okay, no worries at all. What would you like to say, Dodgepot?
That's a bit of a tough question, mate. I don't know if I can answer that.
All right, let's do something simple then. What have you been up to today, Dodgepot McDougall?
Again, I don't think I really want to answer that.
All right, let me ask you a really straight, simple question that you can answer, right?
Hang on, I don't like questions, mate.
I was just going to ask you, what did you have for your dinner tonight, Dodgepot?
It was chips.
Thanks very much indeed. I get the reference. Anyone else get the reference? That's... It's a little dig at Ian Collins. He's always talking about Dodgepot McDougall. You don't want to get some Dodgepot McDougall over here. And that was very, very funny. Well, I think I'm happy to call it shop tonight. Close the shop, close the shutters and switch the sign around. That was fun, wasn't it? What busy last hour. I really enjoyed that. It's been a crappy day, but we can end it knowing that one of our listeners, at least, has brought new life into the world. And let's end on that positive note. Back tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Until then, from us, ta-ta.
Talk Radio. Digital debate for the UK.
Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.